Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The San Francisco 49ers won their second preseason game against the Denver Broncos 21-20 on Saturday. Brock Purdy led the 49ers to a field goal in his first and only drive, while Trey Lance and Sam Darnold each recorded one touchdown and one interception each. For more on the 49ers preseason game, including injury updates for Danny Gray and Kerry Hyder Jr., check out Emil Fergoso's post-game recap at SactownSports.com. In other NFL news, New England Patriots cornerback Isaiah Bolden was released from a Green Bay hospital Sunday after a fourth-quarter collision with teammate Calvin Munson led to the cancellation of Saturday's Patriots versus Packers game. Those are your headlines. Remember that all guests and callers join us from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Now let's get started with the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Wow, it's a remix. It's the JayMarrZZ remix. Good morning, good Monday. Hello, how are you? Hi. And so glad you're with us. I am Dave. Jay is in this room.
That's me.
Kyle is in that room.
That's him.
That's me.
And
Liked it when I did it better.
Jason's in afternoons like all week, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Well, I think he's in middays one day.
Oh, no, you're right. That's right. Like Wednesday, I think he is. I remember reading about that, I think, as I was perusing through our stuff.
Our schedule.
Yeah, that's, Hey, you know what? Jason's good for all time zones. You know what I'm saying? Jason can...
Swiss Army knife,
right? It really is. It really is. We miss him here, but, it is what it is. They're not taking him away from me permanently. That's always what I'm worried about. I have attachment issues.
Will you write a strongly worded email if they try?
Strongly worded email. We've had this iteration together for what? 2 years? 3 years?
I don't know anymore.
I don't either. No, you're right. I don't. But I
since the pandemic, everything is like 1 year.
All right. So we were together during the pandemic. That was what, like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, but then we weren't together, and then we came back together.
When were we not together? No, hold on. No, come on, dude. It's me. I'm not doing that on purpose.
Yeah, I know, but
you. Am I missing something we shouldn't be talking about?
Yep.
Wasn't me.
There's only a few people it could be.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Kyle, where's my video?
Didn't know what the sensitivity was on that.
Huh?
It's there.
That's not the video I'm talking about, pal.
Kyle, you
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'll lay it out.
So this is a callback from Friday.
5 seconds or less. Where's the video? You got it?
Yeah. I have it on my phone.
You do.
You can decide whether it counts or not.
Well,
what does that even mean?
Does
it count?
Are you dunking a basketball?
I am dunking a basketball. It is a dunk that hits back rim and goes in. So it wasn't a clean dunk, but it was a dunk.
He can dunk on 10 feet?
We had this argument on Friday.
Okay.
Hold on. So stay there. So he went up. What I'm visualizing here is he went up, went to dunk. It went off the back rim in the air and down.
Uh-huh.
Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
Okay.
It just hits rim and then rolls around the net and goes in. So you can decide whether that counts.
Is there a way?
So it's like an ugly in-game dunk?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 4 fingers touch the rim. So I think that qualifies as a dunk.
I don't want to. Why don't you send it to Jay on his phone?
Oh, will I be the referee here? Will I decide if fair or foul?
Yeah, send it to Jay on his phone. And then we'll have to put a poll out because I don't want to be the sole judge. It's not fair for me to judge. I'm the guy paying the money. We need to let
how much money's on the line?
$50. We need to let the. What do you mean that's it? $50 a lot of money to a lot of people.
I was saying I could have negotiated up on Friday if I wanted to.
No, I promise you couldn't have. But hey, you know what? We're all in here together. And welcome in and good morning. And hello to everybody on the YouTube chat. Hi, good morning, MC as always, Dwayne and Willie and Tin and Paul. Hey, your guy Paul's in there. That's good to know. Russell was not first, although he claimed he was. But hey, that's just Russell's outlook on life. Just kind of in Russell land.
Hey, man.
That's all right.
You say it enough times, it's true, right?
Mm-hmm. Today's topic, I already know is going to be, I walk into things sometimes knowing what's going to happen, and knowing how it's going to come across, especially with you across from me. So, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go into this. I just want you to know I'm gonna go into this with eyes wide open as to how it sounds. But today I'd like to talk about my boat.
I was so waiting for this because I saw the X's over the weekend.
Yeah, the X's. Oh, I get you. I was like, wow.
Things you posted on the X.
I was like, wow, tough weekend, buddy.
All of them.
You want to talk about it? No, listen, here's the bottom line. I'm not right. Exactly. As much as it would sound cool to be like Dave, which by the way,
when did you get a boat, by the way? This is new information.
Okay. So when we got the little mountain place, the guy was just like, do you want the boat? Because I don't want to.
I feel like you got a few freebies in this deal.
I did. And I was like, sure. And he's like, okay. Cause really it should be, it's a good guy that we got this place from. So I said, yeah, of course. So I don't know anything about boats. So, and no, I'm not a cool guy having a boat. The boat just came along. So I had my brother up and knows a little bit about boats, but more importantly, he knows how to load things onto trailers. Because I was not driving this thing, dude. That sounds
funny, but it does.
I was not driving this thing on. I was not driving this thing on the trailer. Again, don't know anything about any of it. So we get it in the water. And of course, it doesn't go. Like it goes about like a mile per hour. Something's wrong with the engine. So I'm going to skip ahead. A few weeks later, we find a guy, comes out, he fixes it, blah, blah, whatever. So last weekend, here, more bragging. So I find out Friday, my son made the varsity soccer.
Saw that. Look at money makes.
Yes, it's worth that. Little freshman making the varsity team. Which, by the way, I guess varsity jackets aren't really a thing anymore. I was so disappointed.
They're not?
I guess not.
The Letterman jacket, yeah, that was kind of, I feel like, on the way out when I was in high school. There's a lot of people that did not opt for one.
I wanted a little guy, his little
jacket.
Yeah. So anyways,
he's gonna have the prettiest girl at prom too.
So they come up, and they want to go out on the boat. So I'm in a dad spot. Christ, I got 2 minutes. I'm in a dad spot because I'm like, let's go. All right, yes, happy to. Never driven a boat. I have my family with me. I don't know anything about anything. But you got a Griswold.
Can't be that hard, right?
You got a Griswold. So I went up Friday. They came up Saturday morning. All night long, I'm watching this. How dumb it is. I'm watching YouTube videos on like how to drive a boat. What are boat laws? Always pass on the left. Make way. Like I learned that like sailboats always have, stuff like that. So I'm okay. All right. So we get out there. We back it out. It's got a little slip. We back it out of the slip. I don't know how I didn't hit any other boats, but only through the grace of God. But I certainly hit the slip. It was like bumper cars getting out of there, right?
Yeah.
Not what you're supposed to do. So we get everybody on, and we actually got the little tube out. We did some tubing,
Mm-hmm.
They did. I did not.
Did not tube.
I'm good. Well, I was the only one driving. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, got back, and I realized, okay, there's some things I'm learning about boats. Number one, they're a money suck.
Mm-hmm.
Just a money suck, dude. It's ridiculous. Secondly,
a lot of maintenance, right?
Yeah. And then, so I'm like, you know what?
No wonder why I gave you the boat.
That's exactly why.
Your problem now.
Like the tops are all junk. Like they're just junky, like the cover for the boat.
Right.
I just want to order a new cover for the boat. I don't even know where to, I went on Amazon.
I was going to say Amazon.
Boat cover. Well, it's got these little snaps on the side of the boat. I just want one that snaps on. I saw other boats with it too. You'd think they'd have standard snappy boat covers.
There's not like boatcovers.com or something.
Dude, maybe. Also, it has I don't even know what it's called. It's a wakeboarding boat. So it has this like metal structure with speakers on it, which is kind of cool. But Are you supposed to cover that? Do you put the cover underneath? I don't know any of this.
And like a boat blog
that's what I'm talking about. Like,
just looked it up. There is a boatcovers.com.
There is a boat.
All right, there you go.
But
should have just called me.
Here's the thing. I go on Amazon. There's like these janky boat covers for $85. Then I went on some boat custom whatever list. Yeah, they're like $600.
Okay, so that's a big range.
Yeah, I want the $85. Like I'm
like a $200 one that's like
good. We split the difference. So, anyways, this is gonna be a thing. This is gonna be because I know what I just want to say on August 21st. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to continue to invest in this boat until I get so frustrated that I'm just going to leave it on the side of the lake and walk away out. God knows whatever I'm putting into this boat.
Dude, this boat is your new golf.
It is. I haven't played golf in like 4 months.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the new money.
You have to throw in money somewhere. So we're done with golf for a little bit. Now we're throwing it on the boat. Love it.
I want one of those big fat boats that like what are they like? They're flat.
Sounds like Forrest.
Fat boat. We're the ones that are like flat. They're like a big square that just like squares around and you know what I'm talking about?
No.
They have the big like torpedoes underneath them that they float on. They look like torpedoes, and it's just like a flat square with a rug and some seats. And you just drive it around, and like I saw somebody barbecuing on it once. It's like a little party boat. But I know that's not what it's called.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you don't know what it's called,
no.
right?
Also,
but you're not a boat guy either.
I'm not a boat guy. Yeah, not a big boat dude. Kyle, not a dunk.
Oh, I'm gonna have to see.
Great attempt.
Not
a dunk.
Would you send that to me too?
Snobby.
All right, let's take a break.
Snobby. There's money on the line. I have to do this fairly.
I want to be clear. I'm not judging. And also, here's the thing: if
he tried really hard,
if Jay's saying it's not a dunk, but there's money on the line and it's coming out of my pocket, I know it's not a dunk because Jay would take massive pleasure.
Yeah, because you're rich. He's poor.
Yes, I'm. Yes, I will. I do have a boat.
You have a boat.
We'll take a break. Today on the show, we've got Niners preseason game 2. We finally get to see Brock Purdy. The Giants didn't get swept. I guess that's a positive, I guess. Team USA survives a scare and wins their game in the FIBA Tour. But in the meantime, I want to tell you before the show even officially starts about my good friends at American Energy. Yeah. What should I tell you today? I'm going to tell you a story about 2 guys who started a business, their family, back in 1981. They have an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. They serve the greater Sacramento area. That's 32 years. A+ rating, Sacramento area. Now, what I love, one of the many things I love about these fellers and their whole, outfit, they're not, some national chain. They're not some giant chain. They're American Energy. They have the one place, and they serve a giant area. And their kids go to school with your kids, and they see you in the grocery store. And in getting to know these folks, that's very important. Very important. Because the work you're asking for is going to get done. It's going to get done properly. It's going to get done for the right price, and it's going to be guaranteed. And if something were to ever go wrong, and of course it won't, but if it were, they'll fix it. You're going to spend the money no matter what. Spend it with somebody you trust. Go to AmericanEnergy.com. AmericanEnergyAir.com. And tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. When we get back, leading off. Actually, why don't we just skip the commercial break? Let's go leading off. Yeah, right now.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Tabor Peppers on the snap. Set. Kick. High enough. Long enough. And the Niners win. Jake Moody from 32 yards out. 21-20, 49er victory.
Hey. Yay.
What a game. Nail biter.
Okay, well, here's we're gonna do takeaways a bunch of times.
Yeah.
We're gonna get all up in this thing. All right. We're gonna get all up in this game. But I will tell you the most important takeaway I had. I would like to see Brock Purdy I would like to see him lie down. I want to see Brock Purdy lie down right on the Levi Stadium field, okay? And then I want to see Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. I want to see them take one of those rolls, those giant rolls of packing bubbles, and I want them to inch them underneath Brock Purdy, except at the neck so he can breathe, okay? Sure. Then I want them to roll him about 10 yards of this stuff so he looks like Randy, Ralphie's little brother in Christmas Story where he can't move his arms. And I want them to just put him in the corner until week 1. Like, he's QB1. I'm good. I'm very comfortable with it. That's the guy. Let's move on.
Wow.
QB 2 and 3, we can have those discussions. Yeah, exactly. But Brock Purdy looked about as magnificent as you could look. He was, especially, Jay, when you saw him compared to Lance and Darnold, his decision-making, the way he just whips the ball around the field. Had he had Kittle and or Christian McCaffrey, that's an easy touchdown.
Not to mention Trey Williams on the left side.
Right, exactly. The sack wasn't even his fault, and even in the sack, he made the right decision. Yep. He took some contact. I am very okay with Brock Purdy as QB1.
Yeah, and almost ran the ball in for a touchdown as well. No, he looked...
I wish he hadn't tried.
I didn't want to say, like, I was surprised how he looked because, I thought Brock Purdy looked good all last year. I guess it was more so like, oh, wow, I thought he looked better.
Yeah.
It's like he spent the entire offseason in rehab also just memorizing the playbook where everybody is supposed to be on the field.
Yes.
And I agree with you. It was watching Lance and Darnold, who at times both I thought performed really well.
Yeah.
He is a cut above both of them right now, and I don't think it's particularly close.
I agree with you. I don't. And you know what? If people want to make a thing out of it, have fun with it. I'm not making a thing out of it. That's your QB1, plain and simple. Kyle Shanahan had already said that, by the way. It's not like we're breaking news, but I'm fine with it. Now, how does he do for 17 games? Does he get? That's a whole different ball game. But he looked like a very sharp NFL quarterback on Saturday. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
The 3-2 is swung on and missed. He struck him out, and the game is over. 99 with a cutter. Camilo Doval, a perfect bottom of the ninth. And the Giants get a much-needed win here this afternoon in Atlanta. Final score of 4-3.
99-mile-an-hour cutter. You get 100 attempts at it. You even making contact.
Okay. Just to be clear,
same pitch 100 times.
I can lay out the odds here. So, do I know it's going to be a 99-mile-an-hour cutter
every time? It's going to be a 99-mile-an-hour cutter.
Mix it up. I know.
I mean, it might not hit the same spot, but
you said how many?
100 attempts.
100 attempts, 99-mile-an-hour cutter from Camilo Doval, knowing it's coming. I would say I would make contact absolutely 0 times.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, none, 0. Like, and if I did, it's just one of those where, you remember, I forget who the pitcher was. It was Jake Peavy, I think. I don't know if you remember the highlight, but there was one time where Buster Posey caught a ball from Jake Peavy. And he throws the ball, but Jake was like arguing. He was like saying something to the umpire, and Jake's he's like not even looking. And Buster like gets up to run, like, oh my God, I'm going to hit him in the head. And it just dropped into Peavy's glove while he was talking. Like, that's how Buster was. It literally dropped into his glove. If I were to hit that Doval pitch, it would be because the pitch hit my bat.
Right.
It would have nothing.
Total accident.
Nothing
Accident
to do with any of that. Anyways, the Giants break a 3-game losing streak. The Giants beat the Braves 4-3. They avoid the sweep, and their reward is they get to quick hop over to Philadelphia. Yeah.
Well, I believe it's the worst team they've played in the last 3 series.
Honest to goodness is the Phillies are 10 games over 500. They will not win the National League East, but they are firmly ensconced in the wild card standings. In fact, they are ahead of the Giants by 2 games. In case you're wondering, the Giants are a half game ahead of the Cubs for the second spot. And the Reds, Marlins, and D-Backs are all 1 game behind the Cubs, 1.5 behind the Giants, who Jason and I can't remember if you were here or not, but we said last week, looking ahead at the schedule, the Giants will not make the wild card. That was both of our
Dunskies, huh?
Dunskies.
Don't think old Kyle Harrison getting the call tomorrow night from AAA.
As a Giants fan, I honest to God could care less about the wild card. They're not winning any titles this year. They're not doing any damage. I am so happy with the way they have run the ball club this year. And
really?
Absolutely. The fact that they have given up no assets, they haven't tried to take any shortcuts, and most importantly for me, the young prospects that they are developing and bringing in and giving playing time, including Harrison, guys like Bailey now who are in.
Bailey's been great.
Right. Like, that's what I want out of this year. Develop your homegrowns. Make this the next generation of Crawfords and Belts and Lincecums and Bumgardners and Posies. Bring those guys in and screw sniffing around for a hangnail wild card. Let's win the whole flipping thing in a couple of years.
I was gonna say, I'm
not this year.
Where are we going?
That's not gonna.
I don't know. I get it, but also like, man, this will be 4 or 5 seasons that are far on. They don't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
it has to account for something, right? Because that's a long rebuild with a random 107 win season, right in the middle of it.
It is, and I think he's got 1 or 2 more. We'll see.
Well, I know he has an option for next year, but they had already talked about prior to the season extending him, so that's going to be interesting to see.
I think they will.
I think so too. No, I agree with you. I think they will.
I think they will. I also think Shohei Ohtani that'll seal that deal.
If they sign him?
Yeah, when they sign Shohei.
Oh, yeah, if they sign him, sure.
I
think that seals any GM's
when
deal.
When they sign Shohei Ohtani and they surround him with this youth that they have, that's just a dynasty.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go anywhere else?
Well, I mean, hell, you put Shohei Ohtani on this year's Giants team, they're like literally right there.
I agree with you. I think they are.
That's how good he is.
But, if you also added in Aaron Judge and, a few others. If you brought, like, primary bonds in, I think, yeah. But I don't think that's going to happen.
If you brought in primary.
Yeah,
he's sitting out there right now. You just take the old time machine back to 05.
Absolutely. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
A 10-0 run. They're 1-2-2. Nice mix Edwards! Get on the laminator! How about that?
I was thinking about this over the weekend. So, like, how many, forget the country stuff. How many teams out of players in the NBA could you put together? And remember, you don't have to make them that deep either if you don't want to. Keep that in mind. But how many teams could you put together out of the NBA, what's left, that would beat our team that we're playing with right now? I think over-under's a 2.5.
I'll probably go under.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd say maybe 2.
Okay.
1 for sure.
Okay.
Maybe 2.
Okay. This
is a pretty decent roster.
It's okay. I don't think it's that decent. I mean,
it's pretty decent.
I think decent is right. I think
and Edwards, Ingram, and
I think when you have Eric
really
Mika and Austin Reeves on your squad.
Hey, are you?
No offense
I'm
to
sorry.
them.
Are you?
No offense
besmirching the good name.
I'm just
of
saying.
LeBron James's all-time favorite basketball player, Austin Reeves.
I'm just saying, man. Like, they're fine. They're okay.
Disrespect for Bobby Portis.
Yeah, Bobby. I love Bobby Portis too.
Every team needs an enforcer.
I hear you. Just saying,
Bobby
you got a lot of talent left.
Didn't Portis get knocked out too?
No, he knocked out. Was it no?
Right. What are you talking about? Eric Mika's not on this roster.
I thought he was.
No.
He was. Eric Mika was at some point. I thought he was.
Was he on the select team? Maybe.
Maybe he was.
I was gonna say
with Keegan.
No, but I mean, look, Banchero's good. You're a big Bridges fan.
Love
the good Bridges, McCall.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson.
Fine.
Anthony Edwards.
He's really good.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay.
Josh Hart's fine. Brandon Ingram, former All-Star. Jaren Jackson Jr., All-Star Defensive Player of the Year. Cam Johnson. Walker Kessler, I think, was great.
Kessler, Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
Very good.
Bobby Portis, Austin. It's a good roster.
It's a fine roster.
I think it's a FIBA World Cup winning roster.
I gotta see if I can put together, because remember, again, I'm counting foreign players in the NBA.
That's not fair.
I told you, I said counting everybody.
Well, yeah, if you count everybody, sure.
I'm saying I think you come up with at least 3 teams that would.
Well, but the U.S. couldn't count. They couldn't pick from everybody.
I think I could pick 1, maybe. I gotta look. Maybe 2 teams.
If you go only U.S. players, it's 1 team for sure.
Yes.
2's a stretch at that point. That beats this team. 2's a stretch.
We're gonna have to, we're gonna have to figure, because you got your LeBrons and your Kevin Durant's, but then you also have your De'Aaron Foxes and obviously your Kevin. Or do I get DeMontis Sabonis?
Nope.
Why?
He plays for Lithuania.
Yeah, but he was also born in what?
But
Spokane?
he plays for Lithuania.
That's cheating.
Yes, Spokane, Lithuania. So DeMontis Sabonis.
We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out, the Giants, the Nationals, and the Mariners. What do they all have in common? Well, they're all featured in our Safer Out. We'll do that next.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect a muggy start to our morning. Scattered showers possible. As we go through the day, we'll see some more peaks of sunshine. Can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Don't wait, the giant summer sale ends soon at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. We make buying a new Honda easy and stress-free. Pre-order online or in person today. We'll be there to help you every step of the way. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
2 years ago, Americans watched in horror as a crisis unfolded at the Kabul airport.
There's desperation and anguish.
More than 80,000 Afghans have since arrived in America, but this story is still unfolding. I'm Andrea Smartin. In my new podcast, Stranger Becomes Neighbor, we'll find out what happens to these new arrivals in our communities. Who would help our newest neighbors? Follow us at kslpodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you listen.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chryslers make this the summer sales event going on right now. But Chad, why drive all the way to Hoblet?
Because if you go somewhere else, you're paying too much. No one beats Hoblet when it comes to price and service. Right now, save up to $13,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie, Limited, and Longhorns. That means you can get a brand new truck starting at only $28,995.
Wow, you really are going all out.
We're not done yet. You can also save up to $6,500 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 2500 Longhorns. No one in California has a savings this good on a selection this big. That's why we are consistently California's #1 Ram truck dealer.
Stop by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center for a test drive today or see their entire inventory online at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings after 9,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 10% off MSRP average of $8,000 plus $1,000 case construction cash. Must have purchased qualifying case equipment after January 1st, 2021. $28,995 net price on 2023 Ram 1500 regular cab after 3,400 factory rebates. Sample VIN 550880. 6,500 total net savings on Ram 2500 Longhorn after 6,500 dealer discount. 5 net savings. See dealer for details.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. Y'all gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
I suffered with plantar fasciitis for almost 20 years.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life.
If you suffer with plantar fasciitis, the search for pain relief can feel like an endless and hopeless ordeal.
I would try drugstore, insoles and supports.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked.
If you think you've tried everything to relieve your foot pain, you probably haven't tried arch supports from the Good Feet store.
And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I don't have foot pain anymore. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. That changed my life.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store. Come in now for a free arch support fitting and test walk.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The San Francisco 49ers won their second preseason game against the Denver Broncos 21-20 on Saturday. Brock Purdy led the 49ers to a field goal in his first and only drive of the game, while Trey Lance and Sam Darnold each recorded one touchdown and one interception each. For more on the 49ers preseason game, including injury updates for Danny Gray and Kerry Hyder Jr., check out Emil Fergoso's postgame recap up right now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. It's time for Safe or Out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, no Jason Ross today. He will be in the afternoons all week with the exception of middays on Wednesday, but we are so happy to have JayMarrZZ in here and Kyle Ledbetter behind the glass. I'm going to, I watched the video during the break. I'm going to post this. Now, I want you to be right, and I tend to think, Jay, you are right.
I have never, ever heard you say that in 4 years.
Well,
I want you to be right.
It involves me by proxy being right, but I want to give young Kyle a chance here. Maybe there's a chance. We had a bet on last week that Kyle couldn't dunk. I don't think these are.
Makes a hell of an effort.
He does. The effort was there. It was good effort, Kyle. But as our boss will say sometimes, our bid boss, don't confuse effort with results. So I will abide by the rules of the poll. Quite simple. I will simply, and I won't lead the witness. Would do any of these qualify as a dunk?
Well, the second two definitely don't.
No, it's the first one, which I don't think it's more of a, like there's a lay up that's more like a lay down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but I'm going to give you a second chance here. Safe or out? Kyle Ledbetter, question 1.
Safe or out?
Despite losing 6 of their last 9 games, the San Francisco Giants are still in the second wild card position. So safe or out, the Giants will still be a wild card team on September 1st.
Okay, if this was end of the year, as we talked about earlier, I think this would be a bit of an easier question. But we're talking about, will they be a wild card team in 10 days? Oh, hold on. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, August is 31 days. So 31 days, that's 10. They are currently, what did you say, 1.5?
So here's who the 10 are against. They got 3 with the Phils, 3 with the Braves, 3 with the Reds, and then their final game on August 31st is with the Padres to start a series.
And how many games? Is that 10 games?
Yeah.
Or 9? Okay.
10 games.
10 games, and they have a 1.5 game lead over the Reds, the Marlins, and the Diamondbacks. And
no, they have a day off on Tuesday.
Okay.
Oh, no, they have a day. I don't know when they have a day off.
All right.
Thursday they have a day off.
All right. I'm gonna say out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Giants hater.
Yeah, that's out. I'm sorry, dude. That's just such a first off, the schedule's against all good teams and the Padres, who, by the way, are only 6 back and still have a lot of talents. By the way, the San Francisco Giants have a run differential of +8. The Padres have a run differential of +57. But they're still yeah. I think the Padres are a better team than the Giants. I think the Giants will be on the outside looking in by about a game.
Yeah, I'm with you. On September 1st, I think, you look at this schedule, I can't see them taking at least 2 or 3 from the Braves, maybe the Phillies. The Reds series, I think, is going to be the most interesting one because if they go 3-0 against the Reds, they can really make up some ground there.
Yeah.
But I don't see them going 3-0 against the Reds. Probably finish 5-5 over the next couple games or the next 10 games. So yeah, I'm out though as well. I think they'll be just on the outside looking in come September 1.
Question 2.
Safe or out?
Last night, the Nationals beat the Phillies in the Little League Classic. Safe or out? This is a very cool gimmick that baseball does.
My favorite part about the Little League Classic, had nothing to do with the ball players playing each other in the game. It was watching Philly players, including Bryce Harper, rooting on the Pennsylvania team that was playing. Like, they attend the games, they become a part of the weekend, which is such obviously an insane moment for the kids involved. These are 12-year-old kids. I have always been really split on the Little League World Series. I understand the entertainment value and the history and the pageantry and all that. I also feel so terrible for these 12-year-old kids that are like, every time I see a kid giving up 4 earned in an inning and the coach makes a slow walk, and you see the kid like crying.
Oh God.
Like, I feel so bad. Like, these are little kids. They don't understand how to control their emotions. They're just all there. Their bodies are getting ready to explode.
And then they're crying
areas.
on TV so they can go home after the summer, return to school, get made fun of all the time.
Exactly, man. I'll say this. I do like it, though. I think it is a good gimmick. Just like the Field of Dreams game is an awesome gimmick. You know what? I wish there was a way they could do a thing like a basketball. I know this wouldn't work, but how sweet would it be to play? How sweet would it be to play a baseball game on like an aircraft carrier? Like, it's not big enough, but I think it's close to big enough. Like, and you hit it like the fences are basically
into the ocean.
Exactly. That is splash hits. You got that little ding dong guy in the canoe by there from McCovey Cove. I think the more stuff like that, the better. Baseball needs to get out. Baseball is the politician that has very little name recognition and needs to get on the debate stage.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be on the ground, shaking hands, kissing babies, giving out lollipops, doing the whole thing. They need to go back to their roots. This is part of their roots.
Yeah, I'm out. Wow. Because here's why. I think the gimmick itself is fine, except that the Little League World Series as a televised product, like, jumped the shark 20 years ago. Dude, are we still gathering around the TV for the Little League World Series? Seriously?
I mean, if your kid's involved, I guess.
Was that like the last Little League World Series like storyline? I remember like a positive one, not like a Daniel Monte.
I remember Daniel.
Was that like Tom's River, New Jersey team? That was like
Maybe.
20 plus years
But was
ago.
that just positive because it was an American team?
Yes.
I think Monet Davis probably counts.
Monet
I don't
Davis,
even know. Monet Davis didn't even get drafted.
That's a great point. Did not get drafted, but it was a good story.
I don't even know that story.
You don't know the story? Oh, you
No.
should look up Monet Davis
Okay.
during the break. That's a good poll. I think you just hate Americana.
No, I love Americana. I
hate
just think the
Americana.
Little League World Series is very met. Does Mason get hyped for the Little League World Series? Does he say, Dad, you know what? Can you grill up some burgers and dogs?
Let me tell you
Throw
something.
some ice cold A&Ws in the fridge and let's sit down and watch the Little League World Series together.
I will tell you something. My son, I think my son has a lot in common with a lot of other sons and daughters of his generation. He's just like, I'll watch baseball, I guess. Like, that was the one sport he cut out. He hasn't done Little League for like 4 years, so he could do soccer and basketball.
Soccer has overtaken baseball in your house.
It kind of has.
And I hate Americana.
That's a great point. Number 3.
Safe or out?
The Mariners. That's a baseball team.
It is.
They swept the Houston Astros over the weekend. They're now just 3 games out of the American League West lead.
They are.
Safe or out, the Seattle Mariners are going to win the AL West.
Gonna win the AL West.
They're going to hang a division title in former Safeco Field.
What
is it now, T-Mobile?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. No.
Oh, come on!
Out. Look, I'd love it. I'm here for it. How about let's just do a quick shout out, by the way, to maybe the coolest thing we're going to see all summer long. And that includes, like, props to Shohei Ohtani. That's the coolest overall thing. How about going 17 for 22?
Yeah, pretty good, right? That Julio Rodriguez kid.
My God, 4 for 6, 5 for 5, 4 for 5, 4 for 6, and that was split between Kansas City and going into Houston.
Does it count if it's against Kansas City?
I mean, if it doesn't, fine, but it certainly does against Houston. And then yesterday he just went, he just had a double and 5 at-bats, which is weak. Julio Rodriguez is one of the bright, fun, amazing stars in Major League Baseball who you can put up there with, we talk about Ellie De La Cruz all the time. I love O'Neal Cruz, just had some injury issues. Bobby Witt Jr., Fernando Tatis. Like, The game is in great hands. I love Julio Rodriguez. I don't think the Mariners are better than the Astros or the Rangers, and they'd have to pass them both.
Yeah, I'm also out, unfortunately. I know I made all that stink. But
did.
You know what? I do think, though, the Mariners do get in on the wild card. I think they're getting hot right at the right time.
I agree with you.
I think they'll sneak in the wild card right now. They're a half game up on Toronto, and that's really what it's going to come down to. I think, it's a 4-team race, in my opinion, for that wild card between Tampa, Houston, Seattle, and Toronto. So, yeah, I think Seattle does sneak into the wild card, though, and it's a fun story because as you experience yourself, man, when Seattle baseball is good, that is a fun atmosphere up there.
It really, really is, and that's a fun team that belongs in the postseason. We'll take a break. When we come back, could Jimmy G come back to haunt the San Francisco 49ers? He was in action over the weekend. We're going to spend a ton of time on the Niners because, of course, we are the home of the Niners. But just to throw a quick bone to Raider fans, always like, you don't do any Raiders coverage. Let's take a look at their win over the Rams next.
The first ever NBA in-season tournament schedule is out, and our Kings have some great matchups, including national TV games against the Spurs and Warriors.
And Sacramento has won. They have risen to the occasion. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, this place is absolutely nuts.
Listen to every game on the home of the Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell. The 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Hard Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
0 down with approved credit.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Well, the Raiders have certainly looked good in preseason.
Oh, yeah, no. If you go off of that, this is a Super Bowl contending team. I mean, you have a true quarterback battle if you go off of that between Aiden O'Connell and Jimmy Garoppolo.
I want to remind as we often have to, I would like to remind Raider fan, please, just for your own sanity, the Raiders were 4-0 in the preseason last year.
There's 4 preseason games last year?
They had 4 preseason games last year.
They would.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame game.
They were 4-0.
Ah, that's right.
Okay, so let's calm down. I'm not saying, you're allowed to get excited for whatever, but they were 4-0 last year. They finished 6-11. You know what I'm saying? Let's just pump the brakes a little bit because it just sucks. I see this happen to them damn near every year. They're 2-0 now.
Raiders.
Yeah, exactly. But Jimmy Garoppolo got a little run, and this is actually for preseason. This is kind of a fun game to watch.
That's all right.
Not gonna lie. Jimmy Garoppolo was 4 of 4 for 39 yards. They got him out there. Brian Hoyer gets 22 attempts.
Will he have 22 attempts all regular season?
He just keeps going, dude. Brian Hoyer, 12 of 22 for $144 and a pick.
By the way, very Brian Hoyer stat line.
And it's like you watch him, and it's like he tries his. He's an effort guy, great in the locker room, has to be, but then he just gets out there and just floats up ducks everywhere and just whack, 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 whack.
You know what, though? Shout out Brian Hoyer. Do you know how much money he has earned?
A lot. It's got to be in the 40, 50 millions.
Not quite that much.
Okay.
But he has managed to collect over 14 seasons, $32.6 million.
Good for I have nothing against Brian Hoyer, 37-year-old
49ers legend.
Mm-hmm. Here's the fun part. I would love to see a poll amongst Raider fans because if Jimmy Garoppolo stumbles at all with the Raiders, Aiden O'Connell has just come in and really ingratiated himself to that fan base, and I completely get it. 11-18, 163, a couple of touchdowns, and he's had himself he looked
really
good. He does. He looks good. But Jimmy Garoppolo is your guy. The defense was good again. Good enough. There was a pick six in there as well. They had a sack. It just stinks because it's like you don't know what to pull off of a preseason game. I would just simply say not much.
I thought Jimmy Garoppolo looked fine.
Yeah.
Okay, it was one series. He had one completion over 15 yards, I think, which was like an absolute duck.
Yeah.
That managed to be hauled in. But yeah, I haven't seen anything from this team, but I will say this, back on the Aiden O'Connell front, he does look like a guy that's sitting behind Garoppolo for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a fourth-round pick? Third or fourth-round pick?
I believe he was fourth round.
Yeah, a guy that they clearly think could be something down the line. He looks like he could be a competent NFL quarterback at some point. So, that's really all I have pulled from their preseason. I didn't really get much from the Niners game outside of Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
But when you look at this roster in general, the defense has overperformed in the preseason. And by that, they just haven't stunk up the place. This is not expected to be a very good defense.
No.
That secondary is super thin. I don't think they'll be the worst team in the AFC, but I don't think they'll be close to the worst team in the AFC. The division is still tough, man, because you have Kansas City, the Chargers. Both of those teams are supposed to be really good this year. And then
you're talking about the AFC West.
Yeah, but I just mean the AFC in general.
You think they're going to be like bottom?
Oh, they'll be bottom AFC West. I think the Broncos are better, but I think they will be one of the bottom teams in the AFC in general.
No, I don't disagree. Honestly, I think, and we're going to do a Raider preview at some point here in all of our NFL previews. Eventually, we'll get to the Raiders. But I think we'll know a lot. They start out at Denver, at Buffalo. We'll know a little bit. I think the ceiling for this Raider team, 7-10 to 10-7.
You think 7-10?
Okay, no, you're right. Okay, I apologize. 4-13.
Ceiling? Yeah, I said 5-12. I thought was their ceiling.
Yeah, 5-12. Ceiling 5-12.
Ceiling's 5-12.
Look. They get Josh Jacobs back. You got Devontae Adams. Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy all year and just dinks and dunks. Max Crosby goes crazy. Like I can see ways.
You listed literally 4 players.
I know. I can see ways in which they could be a spoiler.
Sure.
But it's just this is not a good roster.
Did you forget who their head coach is? I was going to say.
Not a good roster with one of the NFL's worst head coaches. Honest to God, Josh McDaniels is Nathaniel Hackett with a better reputation for some reason.
Because he he coordinated under Bill Belichick. That's why.
This is Nathaniel Hackett redux. And
I don't know if he's that bad, but
he's bad, dude. Josh McDaniels is
to be
bad
fair,
head coach.
If he's coaching any of the other 31 teams and it's not Mark Davis as the owner, he was probably fired last year.
Yes,
mid-season.
100%. Yes. And he's never had success as a head coach. He's never had anything close to success as a head coach.
Well, his first few games in Denver weren't bad. That's all I got for you. Josh McDaniels is a good head coach.
And look, it's not I wouldn't say 5-12 is their ceiling. I would say there's a big gap, dude. I think like 4-13 is their floor, but I think like 9-8 is their ceiling. Like I think there's a big gap between the two. I think it's going to be closer to the floor than the ceiling. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Dwayne on the chat goes, so calm down, Raider fans, and get excited about Lance Niner fans. Not from this show. No,
who's excited about Trey Lance?
We've been very clear about Niner stuff from the jump. Don't get excited. The only thing I'm excited about is Brock Purdy look good and in one series and put him away. That's it.
He's playing this week. He's playing on Friday.
Yeah,
right?
I know he is, and it's fine. Whatever. But you don't see me going, oh, my God, Ronnie Bell, he's going to be amazing.
See, I think Ronnie Bell's been a nice story for the 49ers, except for like those 2 balls that went right through his hands in 2 straight games that led to INTs.
He's also Isn't he like 6 foot 180?
I'd say he looks 5'9" out there.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one. I hope I'm wrong. I think he's going to be one of those stories. But I think if I'm a Raider fan, you know what I said? Don't get excited. I take that back. Get excited because this is probably the highlight of the season for the Raiders is preseason. That's just going to be my guess. They're going to start out 1-1, 0-2, and then do what they. And by the way, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope Raider fan comes back and says you were wrong, and I really do.
You do?
I don't mind. I don't mind Raiders. It's kind of like the A's, except.
No, don't put those two.
No, it's just one of those, like, there's a lot of Raider fans around here. There's a lot of A's fans around here. As long as it doesn't mess with my Niners or Giants, I don't care. Win your cute little game.
Wow.
That's bad.
Patting on the head, just like that.
I know, it's so terrible. That's such a turn off.
Mean.
Well, there's a lot of Raider fans in the 209. 209, big support.
Well, Don't put that ball on that tee, please. Let's just leave that one alone.
Big support.
I think we need to go to break.
Don't take a break. When we come back, is Anthony Edwards cementing himself as that dude? Also, what former NBA employee woke up this morning and shows violence on the NBA socials? We've got it for you right after this.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect a muggy start to our morning. Scattered showers possible. As we go through the day, we'll see some more peaks of sunshine. Can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let us fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $97. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay. Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Fortinet Championship returns to Silverado Resort September 14th through the 17th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With wine experiences, rockin' shows, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Fortinet Championship, September 14th through the 17th. For tickets, go to FortinetChampionship.com.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
For nearly 20 years since Bartley Cavanaugh Golf Course opened near the banks of the Sacramento River, it's been Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Perry Dye of the famous Dye family of golf course architects designed the course to be an easy walk, but motorized carts are available as well. You and your friends of all abilities will find Bartley Cavanaugh featuring a brand new tap room is a great place to play golf. After your round, relax on the outdoor veranda overlooking the course with a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit BartleyCavanagh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
Did you know the average person walks 100,000 miles in their lifetime? It's true. That's a whole lot of stress, strain, and pressure ultimately put on 2 feet. Hi, DC Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store. As a spokesperson for Good Feet, I run into all sorts of surprising foot-related facts. Like despite relatively few Americans being born with foot issues, over time, 75% of all adults will experience painful foot or foot-related problems. By supporting all 4 arches of the foot, the Good Feet 3-step arch support system can help return your foot and whole body to its proper alignment. Come to the Good Feet store for a free, no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk. Experience the comfort, balance, and support of the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The San Francisco 49ers won their second preseason game against the Denver Broncos 21-20 on Saturday. Brock Purdy led the 49ers to a field goal in his first and only drive, while Trey Lance and Sam Darnold each recorded 1 touchdown and 1 interception each while completing above 67% of their passes. For more on the 49ers preseason game, including injury updates for Danny Gray and Kerry Hyder Jr., check out Emil Fergoso's post-game recap at SactownSports.com. In other NFL news, New England Patriots cornerback Isaiah Bolden was released from a Green Bay hospital Sunday after a fourth-quarter collision with teammate Calvin Munson led to the cancellation of Saturday's Patriots versus Packers game. Those are your headlines. It's time for hour number 2 of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Driving back yesterday, my kids were in the car, and
From his boating trip, everybody.
No, shut up. And my daughter was we were trading songs. She was playing me music from Kimya Dawson.
Yeah, Kimya.
Loose Lips. Men I Trust, Girl.
Wow.
And Michael Cera. Did you know Michael Cera sings?
I did not.
I didn't either.
That's amazing,
yesterday.
though.
She loves his music.
Is any good?
It's not.
You're usually the one that will it's not terrible.
It's not good. It's not.
Would you say it's bad?
I would say it's what you think Michael Cera would do. I mean, look, I like anyone's art. Like, God bless him. Good for you. Art away. Here, turn that down real quick. Just a quick sneak.
Is it Michael Cera?
Yeah.
Start singing again.
Sounds like Simon and Garfunkel, but not good.
Sounds like the writer's strike needs to end.
Yeah, dude. And then I realized, oh my God, my daughter.
Sounds like Simon and Garfunkel. Sorry, I just clicked.
My daughter is into indie music.
Oh, you have one of them?
I have one of them. She's gonna like Radiohead. I know it's not indie music, but she's gonna. This is God's revenge. She's gonna like indie music, dude. She's gonna be one of those people. So I played her a 2.5-minute clip from South Park. It was a compilation of the goth kids. And I shouldn't be a conformist. Yeah, she's gonna be. Damn it.
She's gonna go to those festivals. Yeah. Sorry. I don't even know what to tell you on that.
You know what? That's all
funny.
you need to say is sorry. And you're right. Thoughts and prayers. 916-339-1140 from the 209.
Can't wait for Bob Dylan's music.
Oh, God. No, if she likes Bob Dylan, I will boot her out of the house. I don't care how old she is. You're gone. I will Jake Moody her just down the street. See ya. From the 209. Fellas, take a look on YouTube. There's a video about the unlikely path of Aiden O'Connell. He did some really cool things at Purdue, and coaches compared him to Jimmy Garoppolo, but better. I'm hoping for the higher end of your prediction, but I'm also a realist. Tim in the 209. See, Tim's the guy I'm talking to. Tim's the guy.
Tim, that was a well thought out take. That's not the guy we're usually talking to in the 209.
Like Dwayne on the chat, he's mad because we're just kind of punchlining the Raiders now that they're gone, in his opinion, which I respect. And I asked him, I said, Dwayne, do you disagree with any of the analysis I gave? And he said, well, none of the analysis you gave, no. And then I'm thinking, well, it's not, the Raiders could be a punchline, but I'm happy, like they are a punchline right now.
Yes.
It doesn't mean I'm enjoying it completely, 100%.
It's also not our fault.
No, we don't want to lie to you. We don't want to lie to you about your Raiders. We want to set you up to be ready for the failure that's probably going to happen.
Someone who's watched Jimmy Garoppolo QB for 5 or so seasons, trust me, it's not going to be the worst experience you've ever had. It's certainly not going to be the best.
And for every loud schmedium wearing Cowboys fan yet in silver and black, but they're the same person, dual beer holding, fisted up, drinking Raiders fan that's loud, there's Tim in the 209. There's Dwayne on the chat. Good.
We see you guys.
Sweet, nice, normal fans of a sport that just want their team to win, and we're here for you. The NBA had a thing happen this morning on one of their social medias. It would be a Facebook, as a matter of fact.
Their Facebook page, correct?
The NBA's Facebook page about an hour ago. I will read you the Facebook post verbatim. How do I log out of this? Haven't worked here in weeks. Anyway, the NBA overextends its social media employees greatly to the detriment of their health and social lives for a salary of less than $50,000 annually after taxes. Wait a minute. Hold on. I just caught that. $50,000 annually. Does that mean they're taking home around $50,000 a year?
Yeah.
Right? That's what that implies. Okay, let's move on. I worked 14-hour shifts without breaks at times. Shout out Adam Silver. We don't get health insurance until 90 days on the job. That's silly, isn't it? Glad I resigned. No need for a job to get in the way of your happiness. Donate to mental health causes. So somebody obviously had the keys to the NBA Facebook page and decided to make a statement. Now, I will say this. There's a few things that I agree with in here, like donate to mental health causes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Everyone should have insurance. I'm all for that. Shouldn't have to wait 90 days. I don't know the context here. I don't know how old this person is. I don't know what their education. I don't know what the background.
They're doing social media. They're probably younger.
But can I just say, if this post is correct and somebody doing social media for the NBA is taking home $50,000 a year, shut up, would you?
Really? For take home 50?
I'm not saying they're rich.
Because honestly, that's
take home.
That's like what, 75 a year, probably.
No, for around 40% taxes, you're looking at probably around 85, 90, 80, 75. All I'm saying is this. As somebody who does a lot of social media, I understand.
I don't think your social media where you're tweeting out videos of Kyle fake dunking.
By the way, we'll update you on that poll in a second. You're right.
You're right. Doing at the NBA.
It's harder work. You're correct. And let's not pretend that Tim Billingsley, who wrote this or whoever, is the only social media guy going right now. They have a team.
Yeah, they do. But there's been a lot of stories about how different franchises, not just in the NBA, franchises in general, just do not understand social media and the amount of work that goes into it.
I'm thinking at the league level, though.
Like when you're talking about like a 14-hour day, though, clearly that's not a big team.
I hear you, but again, I need context because are you working 14-hour days in the first round of the playoffs? And then in August, you're working 2-hour days? Like, sure. I need the context here. All I'm saying is, look, I think everybody should I'm always on the side of the worker. I think everybody should make as much as they can.
Sound like it here.
I'm saying in this case, I think there's a lot of people that are going to look at, hold on a second. You get to do social media for the NBA. You probably get to travel, do some pretty cool things. There's got to be some perks here. Oh, by the way, you're taking home $50,000 a year while you've got people doing internships and working crap jobs, making far less. I just wonder if that's going to fall on some rough years.
It will always fall. Anytime you complain about money, there's always somebody. You can be making $26,000 a year. There's going to be someone making less than you. Like, oh, well, you think you have it bad. That guy or gal always exists. They're always there. It's just a thing. Don't discuss financials, people. It never ends well.
From the 916. Dave, how did you guys feel all those years the Kings were the punchline? There are plenty of other ways to approach these things. And a lot of people in your audience are much biased. Analysis is one thing, but making jokes about the team is another room. That's what the guy is talking about. Plenty of the people in your audience are Raider fans and lifelong neighbors. So I would say this. I hear you. All the years the Kings were punchlines.
We treated them.
We were making most of the jokes.
When you're a punchline, you're a punchline. That's how that works.
Right. Like, let's be clear here. We're not
like nobody was caping for the Kings winning.
No.
They're winning 30 games a year.
No, this was not the show that you would come. We'd be like, well, let me tell you something, man. I mean, Spencer Hawes really, you got to support.
Talking about a guy that if he hits a ceiling, which I think he has a great chance of hitting a ceiling, we're talking about the next generation of stretch bigs.
Yeah, I think we trashed this team pretty often. I think there was I believe there was like a 2-month period where I'm pretty sure I was on the air with you. Was there or was there not like a 2-month period where I basically boycotted talking about the Kings?
2 months, but there was a period where I was like, dude, this is so bad.
Yeah, like they don't deserve to be talked about. They're a joke. They're an absolute joke. And you know what? Then they're not a joke. Like we still had to cover them, but it wasn't any fun. Look, it's not like your mom and dad and kids are out there playing for the Raiders. This is a professional football team, kind of, that is out there, and you're paying and using your. It's very okay to trash them.
Yeah, you have the owner that's rolling up in acid wash jeans with the same bowl cut he's had since he was 4. Like,
Ford
okay,
Aerostar.
it just is what it is.
Right, it is. Like, come on, man. Like, don't get lost.
Mark Davis is bald now.
No, he's not. Is he? Mark Davis is bald? No. What? No. Oh, we're all Googling now.
You just ruined the whole show.
Yeah, we need to talk about Anthony Davis here. And Raiders owner Mark Davis goes viral over. Hey, you know what?
It's an improvement.
I'm going to tell you something. That's an improvement.
Still not a handsome man.
No,
yeah.
he does. No, he looks a little phallic, but.
Looks like Gollum.
I think he looks like you know what he looks like? He looks like the one bald guy in Breaking Bad's like goofy cousin. You know the bald guy in Breaking Bad?
Walter White?
No, the other bald guy.
Hank?
No,
Hank has hair.
No, Hank doesn't. I don't think Hank has hair. No, the bad guy. No, maybe he's not. Maybe he's not bald.
Yeah,
never mind.
Oh, you're thinking of Mike Ermintrout.
Right, yes, that
he looks
guy.
You're right. He looks a little like
Doesn't he look at Ermintroutish?
Yes.
A little bit. But a better look. Better than that damn bowl cut.
Yeah, no. Good job, Mark.
You're a billionaire and you can't, or at least
He
close
is not
to
a
it.
billionaire.
You can't you can't get a stylist.
Something.
Go to Great Clip. Go to Sport Clips. They massage your neck. Anyways, Anthony Davis is becoming that dude. 34 against Germany, and Steve Kerr loved it.
Good analysis.
What'd I say, Anthony Davis? Well,
like 3 times.
Who did somebody? Oh yeah, Stan Van Gundy said there's no way you can objectively say that Anthony Davis has had a better career than Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
But then our guy Andy Bailey crunched the numbers. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you can't go everything based upon numbers.
What? Dunk contests?
Yes. Funnier. Play more games.
Funnier. Well, okay. He's got the eyebrow thing going. I mean,
it's not funny.
He's stuck with
he
that.
Makes money
you
off
have
of
to
that.
admire the commitment. When we come back, 3 for Man is brought to you by Fire Wings. Aaron Rodgers is making his preseason debut this weekend. The Ravens have a streak, and Keegan Murray celebrated a birthday over the weekend. Did his brother Chris do the same? I don't know. We'll find out next.
The first ever NBA in-season tournament schedule is out, and our Kings have some great matchups, including national TV games against the Spurs and Warriors.
And Sacramento has won. They have risen to the occasion. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, this place is absolutely nuts.
Listen to every game on the home of the Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Are you ready to cruise into the new school year in style? Look no further than Elk Grove Kia's back-to-school sales event happening right now. Rev up your engines because the 2023 Kia Forte LXS is calling your name. Zoom through town in this sleek ride for just $149 a month plus tax. Unbeatable style and affordability in one package. But wait, it gets even better. Feel the adrenaline rush with the 2024 Kia K5 GT line, the hottest sedan this side of the Pacific. Get behind the wheel for only $299 a month plus tax. Experience power, performance, and sophistication like never before. Don't miss out on the best selection we've had in over 3 years. Check us out at Elk Grove Kia or elkgrovekia.com. 2023 Forte 24-month lease of $149 plus tax of $41.30 required at signing, residual of $15,256 at $10K per year. 20 cents per mile over, zero security deposit required, subject to Kia finance approval. GK 8921 expires 8/31/23. 2024 K5 24-month lease of $299 plus tax of $47.12 required at signing, residual of $21,782 at $10K per year. 20 cents per mile over, zero security deposit required, subject to Kia finance approval. GK 8932 expires 8/31/23.
Elk Grove Kia. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
By the way, update for you. I bet Kyle on Friday $50 he couldn't dunk. Kyle went and submitted a video. Jay says no, it's not a dunk. There were 3 attempts here. I said, you know what? I need to go to the crowd as much as I want you to be right. So I did put this. Go ahead.
Twitter is dangerous for you to take that to.
It really is, and I knew walking in because I think people would just be like, "It's not a dunk, but I want you to pay the $50." We've got just under 130 votes in. I just put this thing up, and so far, it ain't looking good, Kyle. 89% say no, he didn't. 11% say yes, he did.
That 11% is Jason Ross.
Some of your comments, I feel like he's close enough that maybe he could have done it if he was wearing shorts. That is true. Kyle was wearing the full pants.
Yeah, Chris Watkins said I should do that.
Did you have sneakers on?
Yeah, I had.
And shades.
Yeah.
His Dr. Robotnik glasses.
David said no, but they are attempts. This other guy says the first one is also known as a layup.
Stop. He said no, but they're attempts.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Even our own Tom Maley says 100% no dunks given.
Oh,
and then there's some responses I can't say. So go on my Twitter if you would. We'll see once the Sactown Sports social media team wakes up for the day. That we'll get them to put it out there. And look, like I said, I will abide by the results. I would say this: I give you props for effort. I also give you props for not changing into your gym clothes. And also, you could have just run the video all weekend until you finally got a dunk. You did it. You did it ethically.
I honored what you said at the beginning. Any takes that I did, I would record it. And that was the whole thing. Just 3 attempts. There were other ones, but they weren't close.
All right. 3 for Madness, brought to you by Fire Wings. Question un.
Speaking of athletic players in green pants, Aaron Rodgers. He's making his preseason debut Saturday against the New York Giants.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you care?
6.
Wow, really?
Because I got to think. Here's why I said 6.
Expound.
Here's why I said 6. I shall expound. I think 1 to 5, I wouldn't watch.
Okay.
But then that was my first question: are you going to turn it on and watch his series? You know, I will. So that makes it a 6. It's as little as I can possibly care, but still watch. I am curious. I'm very curious about this Jets team. There's a lot of talent on this Jets team. They normally suck, so I tend to root for an underdog anyways. I think the Aaron Rodgers story is interesting. They're a hard knocks team. They've got Robert Saleh. I love Breece Hall. I love that wide receiver they got. I love the defense. There's a lot of things about this Jets team that I enjoy. I'm going to be watching them this year, so I am a little bit curious.
I'm at a 7, and here's why. It's it's one of those things where it's if you hate someone, that means you care about them, right? You're emotional. If you hate somebody, I hate this story. It bothers me to the point that I think about it. So I have to care about it to some degree, right? So I'm going to be tuning in simply because I know all next week following it is going to be the most irrational breakdown.
Yes.
And we're the guys, by the way, who have been talking about 49ers quarterbacks in training camp or preseason and breaking it down. Next week, after that game, we'll have the most irrational breakdown leading into week 1. It will be that series that Aaron Rodgers play.
I hope Aaron Rodgers goes out for one series and he fires 3 into the 4th row and then leaves just so everybody can talk about it for 2 weeks.
But if he does the opposite, right? And let's say he just goes 3 for 3 for 67 yards into TD.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God. The Jets are going 14-3.
They are. They really are. 14-3. I think you're being 16-1. 17
They're going
at
18-0. They're actually going to win an extra game.
18-0. All right, number 2.
Question 2.
Tonight, the Baltimore Ravens are trying to extend their 8-year preseason winning streak to 25 consecutive games. Is this streak meaningless or something we should pay attention to?
Yes. Here's the thing. It is 1,000% meaningless. It's meaningless. There's no meaning to it whatsoever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything. The reason I'm agreeing with both is because we're paying attention. Dude, 8 years and 25 games. Come on, man.
That's not meaningless.
That's a lot. That's just, I don't know. That's like if somebody has a 8-year streak of missing the bowl when they pee. Meaningless, but it's still kind of.
No, I disagree on that.
This is the Baxter ate the whole wheel of cheese record. Like, there's no meaning, but it's just still like, you're like, I'm kind of impressed though.
Okay, I like that analogy. Can we call this the Baxter Bowl?
Yes, I'm fine with that. This is it. Does it's
like that's the Baxter Cup. They take it with them everywhere until they lose.
I'm not mad at them for it. I guess do something, but
25 games, like you at this point,
that's crazy.
A, they know.
Well, yeah.
And B, because I believe that's all under John Harbaugh.
Yes.
He's trying to win these games.
100,000 billion. 20%.
He's trying to win these games.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And fine, I guess. But it doesn't, I don't know. Let me ask you this. We always talk about the preseason, how lame it is. Should there be an award for having the best record in preseason?
Nope.
Should you get like an extra half win during the year? Should you get cash?
Nope.
Hang a Summer League banner.
The preseason banner. There you go. Hey, Allegiant Stadium would be filled.
They had the preseason Super Bowl.
God. I'll tell you this much.
Turn it into a tournament.
Tell you this much.
Yeah.
We laugh. Preseason Super Bowl does big numbers.
It would do. Honest to God, if they made
doing NBA championship level numbers.
If everybody had 4 preseason games and you made it into like some sort of a weird tournament thing or like winter, whatever.
Sure, I get where you're
and
going.
they had a preseason Super Bowl, would it do better numbers than the best, highest rated World Series game?
Yeah.
I think it would too.
I mean, hell, they got 7 million people to watch the Hall of Fame game, which is the most pointless of all the preseason games. People like football, man.
They really do. Number 3.
Question 3.
Keegan Murray celebrated a birthday over the weekend. What do you think that a Keegan Murray birthday celebration, what would it look like?
Play the music down. I got it. I got it. This is the easiest one, too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Keegan and Chris. Happy birthday to you.
Does he have a birthday hat on?
One clap. And then they do like.
Does he have frosting on his cake?
Yes. Frosting or icing, by the way?
Same thing.
Okay. Do they share a cake?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Are they each on either side of the like? Do they blow the candles out together?
Yeah. One blows out the 2, the other blows out the 3.
Do you think they do the whole Make-A-Wish thing?
Yes.
Not, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's very specific wish. Like Keegan wants to average like 3.6 more points per
right.
game.
And Chris wants to start.
Yep. Chris time.
Here's what I want. Like if I would actually pay $5.99 on pay-per-view. I just want to see what Keegan's reactions are to the presents he gets. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see Keegan like, oh my God. Oh, I wonder what this is. Oh wow, thank you. It's I really wanted this basketball.
Are you trying to say those were like the most unenthusiastic Christmas mornings?
But like that was very yes. But you know what else? I'll bet you Keegan is the type of person when he opens his presents, he like very carefully.
Oh God,
so
yeah, he doesn't tear
well,
through.
I think you could reuse them. You could reuse the wrapping.
Why is Keegan all of a sudden sound like your child?
Because
they have a lot.
My child does that. My child is the one that doesn't. We have to yell at him to tear through the wrapping. Well, I just thought maybe you could reuse the bag. Well, Keegan has wiggle. That's what he told his coach. We should get Keegan's dad on just to see. I want to know what the Murray household birthday celebration is like.
What kind of cake does Keegan get?
Vanilla.
I just tee it up with vanilla ice cream, right?
It's beige.
No sprinkles.
It's the most boring cake ever.
No sprinkles. They should say happy birthday, Keegan.
No. It's just the cake. There's no frosting or anything.
You said there was frosting.
No, I take it back. There's no frosting. It's just the brown cake and the thing with some candles in there, but they're not birthday candles. They're actual like stick candles that they got. And it's just the most drab cake ever. And you know what? They're happy with it. No frills over here, fellas. The Murray family is wonderful, and we wish them all the best. As Keegan is what, 25? I believe is what he turned.
I turned 23.
What? Really?
You're not 25.
Is he 25?
Wow, you trying to age the poor kid?
I mean, well,
Jeez.
you know, that's Monty's draft picks. Isn't Davion like 30?
Davion's 34. Yeah, he just turned 23.
Did he really?
Yes.
Hey, good for Keegan.
On Saturday.
Just turned 23.
August 2000. How about
just
that?
Entering his prime. How about that? We'll take a break.
Glad he survived Y2K.
When we come back, the Giants are not doing great. Some would say they're even reeling.
Hey.
Not in a fishing way.
I wrote that.
Should the front office be in trouble as well? We'll explore that next.
Need the breakdown of the latest 49er game?
Trey Lance needed to do more with what he was given. He just looked frantic. He looked panicked. He didn't look in rhythm.
Want to know what to expect from the Bean team this season?
I don't honestly know who's going to have a better record, the Warriors or the Kings. That's interesting because the Warriors did have a lot of injuries last year, but they're also old. Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't you think they're going to have injuries again this year?
Got to get that MLB fix down the stretch?
Looking for articles from your favorite hosts. For all that and more, visit SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect a muggy start to our morning. Scattered showers possible. As we go through the day, we'll see some more peaks of sunshine. Can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
You know what time it is. It's time to trade up to a brand new Kia at Folsom Lake Kia. Trade up to the newest technology with a low payment. Shop Folsom Lake Kia, family owned for over 20 years.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. Well, the youth movement continues with the call-up of outfielder Lawrence Butler, who was drafted out of high school by the A's back in 2018. He shot through the minor league system this year, beginning in AA, advancing to AAA, where he batted a combined .284 with 15 home runs. His big league debut came on the 11th of August in Washington, and after going hitless in that game, he had hits in each of his next 3 starts. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
Sometimes progress toward global net zero can be hard to see, invisible even. Like how Chevron is targeting 25 million tons of CO2 per year in storage and offsets by 2030. While at the same time, working with partners to reduce the cost of carbon capture and scale the technology to other industries like cement, innovating toward lower carbon solutions today while helping others do the same for the future. That's energy in progress. Visit chevron.com/carbon capture.
The PGA Club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chryslers make this the summer sales event going on right now. But Chad, why drive all the way to Hoblet?
Because if you go somewhere else, you're paying too much. No one beats Hoblet when it comes to price and service. Right now, save up to $13,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie, Limited, and Longhorns. That means you can get a brand new truck starting at only $28,995.
Wow, you really are going all out.
We're not done yet. You can also save up to $6,500 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 2500 Longhorns. No one in California has a savings this good on a selection this big. That's why we are consistently California's #1 Ram truck dealer.
Stop by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center for a test drive today or see their entire inventory online at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings after 9,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 10% off MSRP, average of $8,000 plus $1,000 case construction cash. Must have purchased qualifying case equipment after January 1st, 2021. $28,995 net price on 2023 Ram 1500 regular cab after 3,400 factory rebates. Sample VIN 550880. 6,500 total net savings on Ram 2500 Longhorn after 6,500 dealer discount. 5% savings. See dealer for details.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The San Francisco 49ers won their second preseason game against the Denver Broncos 21-20 on Saturday. Brock Purdy led the 49ers to a field goal in his first and only drive of the game, while Trey Lance and Sam Darnold each recorded one touchdown and one interception each, while completing above 67% of their passes. For more on the 49ers preseason game, including injury updates for Danny Gray and Kerry Hyder Jr., check out Emil Fergoso's postgame recap right now at SactownSports.com. In other NFL news, New England Patriots cornerback Isaiah Bolden was released from a Green Bay hospital on Sunday after a fourth-quarter collision led to the cancellation of Saturday's Patriots versus Packers game. Those are your headlines. Now let's return to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I don't know who Jeff Darlington is, but I'm watching this thing right now where his 79-year-old father deadlifts 358 pounds. My God. That's a lot, right?
Not bad. Good shape.
Welcome to everybody in the chats, the text line, 916-339-1140. The
Jeff Darlington's an NFL insider for ESPN.
Oh, that's who he is. I was like, he's either that or a NASCAR driver. Doesn't that sound like a NASCAR driver?
That's because Darlington's a racetrack.
Oh, that's why then. That was somewhere. That was a left-brain hip check by me. That's Kyle Ledbetter in for JayMarrZZ, who is in for Jason Ross.
Who's in for...
who knows?
Yeah.
He's in afternoons all week, middays on Wednesday, so he will be missed. The chat is going on Keegan Murray. What if Keegan Murray came out with an iced-out diamond grill in his mouth? Dude, that would be so awesome.
I don't know. That would just be weird.
Well, yeah, weirdly awesome. Someone wants to know if he likes his spaghetti with sauce on the side. And to which somebody responded, Beeman said, I could see him not liking his food touching, which I agree with.
I could see him totally dipping his spaghetti.
Keegan eats turkey bacon on his BLT.
That's probably true.
We talked to Keegan Murray in Portland about this, as a matter of fact, not turkey bacon specifically.
Chicken and rice.
Yeah, he's very, very specific in his meals. And I think it's one of those, his teammates are trying to get him to try new things. We'll see how that goes during the year. And shockingly, Kyle has weighed in. Nothing wrong with turkey bacon. It's excellent. See, this is a thing. We're not going to get lost in this because we have to talk about the Giants, and this is where I get in trouble. So far out of Kyle Ledbetter, we have two of my favorites. I'm going to write this down because I think two more we get a Mount Kyle more of horrible takes. Number one, nothing wrong with the double rim. When you're playing basketball.
Oh my God, a double rim is one of the worst.
It's like
things
literally the worst take in basketball.
Whoever came up with a double
just
rim is
the worst.
It's so weird and fun.
Secondly, turkey bacon is trash. It's not even like okay. It's trash. I've had it cooked in every way. It shouldn't even be cooked. Honestly, if I was running for president, a couple of things. Like I've said, Super Bowl moves to Saturday. Okay, more holidays, stuff like that. All right. Credit score, how credit scores work, gets taught in every class. And turkey bacon is not allowed to be called. You can't call it bacon. It's got to be like smoked turkey strips. Like it should not be allowed to be called bacon. Though. I don't care. It sucks.
I'm sorry. Big turkey bacon is not. You're not going to win that battle with them. The money there.
Big turkey.
Yeah.
Deep turkey.
Yes. Deep turkey bacon is gonna take you down.
Turkey bacon is horrible, and I don't want to make this a thing.
You already did. Sorry.
All right. Well, you know what? So far, some people think the San Francisco Giants front office is the turkey bacon of front offices. Just they're called the thing, but they don't resemble the thing.
Oh,
nothing wrong.
I look, I'm not a Farhan Zaidi truther.
Are you a Farhan Zaidi liar?
No, as a Giants fan, I'm very happy with this season. They have won more games than they've lost. I do believe that they are overachieving based on the team that they have put together. Farhan Zaidi took a lot of you know what? I think I'm turning into a Farhan Zaidi truther.
You do this with everything, though. When someone is mad at somebody else, you always find a reason to back them.
I think that's the defense attorney in me, and I never was one. He deserves a lot of credit for the Carlos Correa fiasco. He took a lot. I always go back to that. He took a ton of garbage. He got
a lot of bullets.
He got trashed for the Carlos Correa thing. And it turns out he was really, really right. It's not like they haven't tried to go out and sign players. Aaron Judge went back to the Yankees. Carlos Correa had a janky foot or whatever. Like they've made the attempt. And in the meantime, they've amassed these young players that they have been developing and bringing up. And Kyle Harrison's going to start on Tuesday, who is their top pitching prospect. I think developing the youth, winning more games than you've lost, and trying to set it up. So, again, Giants fans will remember. You had Lincecum. You had Belt. You had Posey.
Crawford.
Matt
Cain.
Bumgarner. Matt Cain. Jonathan Sanchez. You had this young group come up and win 3 championships. Obviously, I don't think they're going to repeat that. But I think what we're seeing is Zaidi guiding them through this rebuild, a rebuild in which during the rebuild, they won a franchise record amount of games.
So weird.
Weird.
Looking back after watching them the last 2 seasons, the fact that they just have this random 107-game win season is just, again, it's weird.
Should not have happened. They almost always overachieve based on what they have. And you're looking at, you got Kyle Harrison coming in. Marco Luciano has seen play this year. At least has gotten a taste, if you will. You're seeing these young players come in and get somewhat developed. Wade Meckler came up. Why am I blanking on the catcher?
Patrick Bailey.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No, Patrick Bailey, I think, of all those guys you've listed, to me, has been the, I don't know if surprise is the right word, but man, you kind of found a bit of gold there. Diamond in the rough, I guess that's where I was looking for. Like Patrick Bailey, I mean, he's in contention for a Gold Glove. I don't think he gets it, but I mean, you can make the argument. The kid has a gun on him too.
I think San Francisco, or at least Bay Area fans, will understand. I'm not going to make and it would be silly to make the comparison to Brock Purdy with Patrick Bailey, because Patrick Bailey was drafted 13th overall in the first round. Joey Bart was drafted 2nd in the first round.
Not as Zaidi pick, though. I think that should be pointed out.
Right. I was going to say, like, well, okay, it's the whole Trey Lance versus Brock Purdy thing. Who cares as long as you get the guy where he was picked? But they've effectively spent 2 high first-round picks on catchers. They found one. Bailey's your guy.
Yeah, Patrick Bailey is the catcher.
Sorry that Joey Bart didn't work out, but Patrick Bailey is your guy.
And again, if you're Zaidi, you can say, hey, I didn't pick Joey Bart. Joey Bart was taken 1 year before Zaidi got the job.
Sure. So I look, of course, I want my team to contend for a World Series every year, but they won 3 in a very short span. And you pay the price for that, because you're going to pay your players especially the ones that, Madison Bumgarner stuck around a year longer. Buster Posey was fine. I don't have a problem with that. Brandon Belt, Brandon Crawford is still there. Probably in normal cases would have been gone.
This is his last year.
It is his last year. Should they have re-signed Chris Bryant? Probably, in retrospect, maybe not. But they're not dealing with like the A's stuff where like Matt Olson's mashing for someone else. I think if you look at it from 50,000 feet, if you'd asked me before the season, hey, what do you want out of the Giants? What do you think they're going to do? I would have said they're going to be below 500, but not far. But they'll be below 500. I just really hope that they continue the rebuild. They don't give up a lot of young talent. They develop their young talent. They build their farm system, and they get ready. And that's what they've done. And they're in a position, by the way, to bring in a guy like Shohei Ohtani if Ohtani will come.
But that's the thing. You have to start bringing in those guys because while I agree that they've developed some nice young prospects, this is not like the Baltimore Orioles. Like this is not one of the better farm systems in baseball. It's definitely improved over the last 5 years because before Zaidi got to San Francisco, that farm system was terrible.
It really was terrible.
But again, it's not like this is a top 5 farm system. They've got some good guys there, but really they do need to go out and sign players this offseason.
I agree with you.
You decided not to add any sort of salary at the trade deadline. I'm guessing you're taking the approach there of, you know what, we want to really make a play at Shohei Ohtani. I think that's what it is because to your point, if they can somehow, some way pull off the Ohtani signing with the young guys they developed, put a couple more veterans around them, that's a really good baseball team. But signing Shohei Ohtani is going to be a lot easier said than done.
Kyle Harrison, Luis Matos, Marco Luciano, and Carson Wisenhunt are all tier 1 prospects according to
Matos keeps getting brought up and down all year.
He does. They got Bryce Eldridge, who's a 2-way player. Walker Martin, Mason. By the way, they're ranked, at least according to one outfit, in 17th, and that's with Casey Schmidt and Patrick Bailey coming on to the major leagues. No, they're not the Orioles. They're also, not the Reds or Marlins.
They are literally a middle of the road. Literally middle of the road.
But honest to God, if you can pull, you know what I'm saying? Look, let's say if Harrison's the guy, Bailey is a guy, Luciano comes in, there's no reason to think that he won't develop into something semi-special or special. It's kind of like the Rays. If you have enough prospects, you hope some are going to hit. And oh, by the way, their farm system seems to be doing pretty well at getting the most talent out of these guys. It's a long way of saying, because we're wrapping up the segment, that I don't know if the Giants can wait to see what this summer's free agent class looks like and tell Zaidi, hey, go earn your contract, go earn your. I just need Zaidi to add, look, either you get Ohtani, you're getting a nice fat extension.
Right.
But oh, by the way, I will tell you this. Breaking news. You ready for it? I know for a fact that Farhan Zaidi could go out and sign Shohei Ohtani. I do. I will tell you that right now. I'll bet my job on it. If he's given an unlimited amount of money to sign him with. And I bring that up only to underscore, if the Giants don't sign Shohei Ohtani, for example, and someone else outbids them, let's take a look and see what Giants ownership was giving Zaidi as far as the checkbook goes. Because $350 million isn't going to cut it.
I don't even think $600 million.
No, I think this is a $700 to $800 million.
I agree with you on that.
We'll take a break. When we come back, our old friend Andy Bailey is looking at a over-under total for your Sacramento Kings. We'll tell you what it is, and you decide if it's being generous or are the Kings being disrespected. How does that turn out? We'll get into it next.
Will the 49ers regret letting Robbie Gould walk this offseason and drafting Jake Moody?
If you get in a field goal range, see the rookie Jake Moody replacing Robbie Gould at the kicker spot.
Or was it just preseason jitters for the rookie kicker?
Moody is high enough, long enough, and no good. He pulled it left.
Tune in to find out on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Yeah, 49ers all the way.
Let's go Niners. Yeah!
At the UPS store, you can ship it all. We're your bulky sports equipment shipping store, your heavy luggage shipping store, your fancy art shipping store. We're even your I can't believe it's already time for back to school shipping store. So visit your neighborhood We Ship It All store for dependable UPS shipping with easy to use tracking and competitive rates. The UPS store, Be unstoppable. The UPS Store locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindown. 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Heart Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At Harbor Freight, we think you shouldn't have to break the bank to get great tools. Because we know that for some of you, tools are part of the job. And for others, they're just the beginning of making, fixing, restoring, and building. That's why we make high-quality tools that are priced affordably, because we love being the start of all your working, making, fixing, restoring, and building. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
2 years ago, Americans watched in horror as a crisis unfolded at the Kabul airport.
There's desperation and anguish.
More than 80,000 Afghans have since arrived in America, but this story is still unfolding. I'm Andrea Smartin. In my new podcast, Stranger Becomes Neighbor, we'll find out what happens to these new arrivals in our communities. Who would help our newest neighbors? Follow us at kslpodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you listen.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable, fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Sometimes I see things and I go, God, everyone knows this. I'm just late to the party.
Okay.
Are you aware of Phillies player Bryson Stott's bat?
Oh, the pencil bat? Yeah.
Dude. Is that a thing, or does he just do that for the Little League?
I think he just did that for the Little League game. I've seen it.
This is the greatest thing. I need more of this.
I'm surprised that's legal, by the way.
As
a pitcher, I'd have been pissed.
I wonder if there's some sort of a rule against that. So I want to see more stuff like that.
Really?
Yes.
You think the game's missing more pencil bats?
Pencil bats. I mean, what else could you do?
Sharpie?
Yeah, like a Sharpie. What about like
chopstick?
What about someone's face on your bat? Like on the end, I don't know, like a little bat body.
Okay, is that like the trolliest thing you could do? Get up there with the pitcher's face and hit a dong off of his face? Yep.
Update on Kyle Ledbetter's Did He Dunk vote poll thing. 86%.
Oh, he's improving.
Yeah, Kyle, I don't think it's gonna. I mean, can we both agree? I gave you all the chances in the world, right? I gave you the opportunities.
I'm okay with the results.
Okay.
You are really trying to clear your conscience of this whole thing.
Well, I'm being honest. I would have been happy to pay that bet off. I think that would have been it would have been a better story. Instead, Kyle failed.
Yeah.
I didn't take it
miserably.
seriously enough.
You didn't want it.
You didn't edit the video properly. That's the issue.
That would have been amazing. It's just him jumping.
Just from the waist up, though.
He's just like game blousing.
There's
the
a
rim.
poorly edited ladder in the scene.
All right. Look, I didn't know where to put this, so I'm just going to put this here. I don't know how many of you watched the Women's World Cup. Spain won, and their captain, Olga Carmona, scored the country's winning goal in the Women's World Cup final, 23 years old. The lone goal of the match took her team to a 1-0 victory over England. She learned immediately after the game her father passed away. The Royal Spanish Football Federation announced the death of her father in a statement on Sunday. He had a long illness, she wrote, and without knowing it, I had my star before the game started. I know that you've given me the strength to achieve something unique. I know that you've been watching me tonight and that you are proud of me. Rest in peace, Dad. There's one note in here. Her family and friends did not tell her about her father's passing to protect her headspace ahead of the final. And like, I read that, and I know that there are people probably out there like, how do you know? I think that's 100%.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the right call.
And all you can do is try to, whether you put yourself in her position or his position. I know this: if my daughter was playing in something, if my daughter had something like that, and I passed away, I would leave her alone, let her do the thing. It makes no difference if you tell her before or after. That's not going to change his outcome.
Sure.
And I would want her to have the headspace as clear as possible. Tell her afterwards, yeah, it's obviously going to bring her down from talk about going from the greatest moment of your life to the worst moment of your life in a heartbeat. That's a lot of whiplash, but I think they made the right decision.
Yeah, well, and there's the other side of it, too, is you don't want to get that news as the worst moment of your life. And then, oh, by the way,
go play
because
right.
You also have a ton of people who are watching you that do not care,
right.
Sadly.
And then, it's going to, if you're human, it's going to affect your play.
Of course. Oh, 100%. That's why they don't tell them.
And we don't know how it's interesting. It's a morbid topic, but also it's interesting how tragedy affects people in sports.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, I'm a human. You're a human. Kyle's a human. We're all human. Everyone's listening. You find out something terrible. You're depressed. It's horrible. Also, didn't Brett Favre throw 4 touchdowns in the first half of a Monday Night Football game, if I remember correctly, after finding out his father passed away?
That sounds right.
I think it is.
The one that always stuck out to me was, you remember Vlade Divac, going through the stuff when the
being
up
all night long,
being up all night in the playoffs.
Yes, and playing awesome.
I mean, just having to put that out of his mind for like 3 hours, and then the minute the game is over, he can't even take in what just happened on the basketball court because he's got to get on the phone
and go deal with all this. He's not sleeping. They're on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going, but not same thing, similar thing though. You're dealing with tragedy, but the one I always remember is Isaiah Thomas.
With his sister,
his sister passes away. Didn't he score like 50?
It was some insane number. It was a playoff. 60.
Was it 60?
Was that playoff time?
Golly, was it 60? I remember watching that game.
Yeah,
how is this even
locked
possible?
in, man.
And he's losing it after the game. So it's just it is a strange and amazing thing when you look at what the human body can deal with emotionally and how people deal with that. All of those people, Isaiah, Vlade, this young lady captain of the Spanish team, anyone would have all the reason in the world, and somehow they just come up and do their thing. Brett Favre, obviously things were a little, you know what I mean about that.
Well, it doesn't have any. I mean, he's still a human being that lost his father.
Right, exactly. So, anyways, 53 points. Yeah, that's
it, huh?
Yeah, just not 60. Okay.
You only put up 53.
I wasn't a dry eye in the house that day. All right, just wanted to mention that is a bittersweet, I guess I would say, story for she and her family, and thoughts with them. Andy Bailey, our old friend who covers basketball for Bleacher Report, we got to have him on here pretty soon. Says the Kings over under total on wins 44.5. What does that mean? That means if You bet the Kings on the over. That means they have to win 45 games or more. You win the bet. If you bet that they will win under 44.5, that means they win 44 or less. You also win the bet. But whether you're a bettor or not, it's just kind of interesting to see how Vegas and how folks really lay that out. If you look at what happened last year, the Sacramento Kings had 48 wins. So according to this, the Kings are going to drop by somewhere around 3.5 or 4 wins. So you look at it, you go, well, is this an easy over? I would caution anyone to think that anything is an easy over for the Kings. Here's the argument against. Number one, Golden State right now is healthy. The Clippers are healthy. The Suns are healthy. The Lakers are healthy. The Pelicans, as of right now, have Zion and Brandon Ingram and Herb Jones and everybody as well. Again, healthy. Dallas now has Kyrie and Luka for an entire year together, which, by the way, may be a bad thing. Utah, Walker Kessler. Another year under his belt, plus the rest of that team. That was a young, scrappy team last year rebuilding. Victor Wembanyama is now in the league. Chet Holmgren is now in the league, and with a up-and-coming Oklahoma City team, the Rockets are all like 4 years old. Now they're 5. They're advancing. They're getting more mature. There's a lot of talent in the West. Now, teams are going to get hurt.
That's the thing that stuck out to me. A lot of these projections are based upon what teams around them did.
Yeah.
But a lot of these teams around them that are projected to do better, also, again, these are the injury history teams. Teams like Phoenix, teams like the Clippers. Again, these teams fully healthy,
Sure.
oh yeah, they're a problem.
Sure.
Not going to deny that.
LeBron will play his 50 games this year.
But can you count on KD to give you 65 plus? No.
Would the counter also be, though, the Kings were unbelievably healthy last year?
Sure, and that's, again, that is a fair counter to that as well. It's just, this is why I don't ever bet a preseason over and under, is because you just can't factor in injuries.
No,
it's just not something you can predict. Unless there's like something like ridiculous, like had they been projected at 35.5, then it's like, oh my God, I'm taking the over.
I could see this being a 50-win team if everything went right.
Mm-hmm.
You would need some probably injuries, and you'd need some injury health, and a lot of other things go right. I think 44.5. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy.
Doesn't offend me.
I didn't get offended by it. Do I think it's a little low given that they won 48 last year? Sure.
I'd probably put it at 46.5 if it was.
Okay, and again, that's fair too. Yeah, I wasn't offended by this, but also I'm like you. I'm like, well, I wouldn't exactly bet on it either, take on the over.
We'll take a break. By the way, you know what we should do tomorrow? Just a note here. I was having fun in my head last night. I want to compare I want to go head to head the 2002 team and this year's team, position by position.
Okay.
Comparing the two. See which one comes out on top. Which one? I think I know which one's going to
come
out.
I'll take Chris Webber.
Yeah. Well, I would too. We'll take a break when we come back. Although comparing Chris Webber to Domantas Sabonis might be a fun conversation.
Yeah, not like that hasn't happened already,
It's
right?
going to be a fun conversation. When we come back, Brock looked pretty good against the Broncos.
Oh, I get it.
Uh-huh. We'll go through that. And have you seen enough of him? Well, doesn't matter. You're going to see him again. But have you seen enough of Brock Purdy in the preseason? We'll do that next.
It's the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa. Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. Golf to Go. Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store. And I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store. Come in now for a free arch support fitting and test walk.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans and will help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Players know it's not just because you win more. It's because of everything else at Gold Country Casino Resort, where players roll in and winners are made. Winning isn't the only thing on the menu, and nightlife, it's more than entertaining. Drinks and dining options are abundant and guaranteed to satisfy your innermost desires. Come be our guests and see why Gold Country Casino Resort in Oroville is where the players play.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The San Francisco 49ers won their second preseason game against the Denver Broncos 21-20 on Saturday. Brock Purdy led the 49ers to a field goal in his first and only drive of the game, while Trey Lance and Sam Donald each recorded one touchdown and one interception each. For more on the 49ers preseason game, including injury updates for Danny Gray and Kerry Hyder Jr., check out Emil Fragoso's postgame recap up right now at SactownSports.com. For more on the 49ers, let's throw it back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Use check in motion on first down from their own 29. Make the give right. And rolling left, firing out to Deebo Samuel at the 40, the 45, 50, into Denver territory at the 45-yard line. And Deebo Samuel had such a great physical reshaping in the offseason, Dante. Looked excellent.
I love how the narrative is. I'm not picking on the announcer at all. It's like, was Deebo just some fat slob last year that rolled it? Give Deebo ball.
I mean, that's kind of how Deebo Samuel's almost described himself.
But dude,
like, you can't get mad at the announcer for that.
He was still, if he wasn't an Adonis, he was an Adon.
Well, he wasn't comfortable sending, shirtless pictures of himself last season.
But I love how it's like Deebo had like a grilled cheese in one hand and a football in the other. It was just like, I'm here to catch balls. But he is improved body-wise, and all it took, Jay, All it took was snap. Brock Purdy, play action, nice little roll to his left, hits Debo for 25. Honest to God, I would have been like, that's all I need to see. I'm good. I remember. That's the Niner team. I remember. Okay, we're good. And then, three more passes completed, 4 for 5 total, 65 yards. He almost ran the ball in. I wish he hadn't. I was very much cringing. That ball, just in case anyone was wondering, because I had said on Twitter, wrap him in bubble tape. It's over. Put him away. He could not have done better on that drive. And our guy, Emil, of course, is like, well, he could have scored a touchdown. And I was like, well, yeah.
Would that have changed things?
No.
Like, Brock Purdy runs that ball in, or are we just like, oh, my God.
Right, dude.
I feel like everyone had the same reaction regardless.
And, by the way, give him Kittle, give him Trent Williams, and give him CMC. That's a touchdown. Let's all just calm down. I'm fine with it. I've seen enough. He's gonna play again in this Friday's game. It is Friday, right?
Yes,
Friday's game.
Right here on Sactown Sports.
But I'm good. It was really honestly all about the other folks, like Sam Darnold coming in.
2nd and 8 from the 49. Darnold on the play fake, right over the middle, perfectly thrown. And Ronnie Bell bringing in the slant route into Denver territory at the 29-yard line. They'll move it back to the 30, but that was a nice pitch and catch.
I know it was Michael Bivens, but wasn't it also Ronnie Bell and then Frank DeVoe?
Sure, Frank DeVoe. We'll go with that.
Because every time I hear Ronnie Bell, I'm thinking Bell Biv DeVoe.
Yes.
And that's not fair to him. He's made his own name as a 6-foot, perhaps.
Actually, it's Ricky Bell, not Ronnie Bell.
It's Ricky
Ronnie
Bell.
DeVoe.
Thank you.
Michael Bivens, Ricky Bell, Ronnie DeVoe.
Ronnie Bell, 7 catches, 114 yards. And Sam Darnold, 11 of 14. He had a touchdown. He had a pick. Trey Lance, it was very interesting to hear ESPN trash Trey Lance's performance. And it was almost like the photo negative of last week when Trey came in and the numbers looked great. And people who didn't watch the game were like, Trey Lance. But people who did watch the game were like, no, he looked like garbage.
Right.
It was almost the opposite. The numbers are okay. You see the pick there. You see the 6 misses. I thought Trey Lance looked just fine.
Yeah, I think outside of that first series where he threw that pick, he just tried to get that ball into a really tight window, got deflected. Other than that, I thought he looked really good.
I thought he did. I thought
throws are crisp.
Yes, and was able to lead them down, make the right decisions. It's what I wanted to see out of him. And then Sam Darnold, 11 of 14, 109. I think we've come to
the pick on Darnold, by the way, wasn't his fault. That was the second straight game. Ronnie Bell's had one just go right through him.
I think we're in the same spot we were last week. Is Kyle Shanahan going to make – there is no battle for QB1. It is simply a battle for QB2.
By the way, there hasn't been a battle for QB1. I mean, I've been pretty emphatic in that for the last 3 weeks. There's no battle there. It's Brock Purdy's job.
So and we're going to talk a little bit more about this in the next segment. Don't forget Niners at 9 as well. We're going to talk about their kicking. Are you going for the guy with the higher ceiling who's still a little ooh? Or are you going for a guy? Are you going for the Fiat with the
Fiat
1.21 gigawatts? Or are you going for the Honda Accord, man? And that's what Sam Darnold seems to be. Sam Darnold's just going to get you from point A to point B. He ain't going to let you down that much. He's just good old. He starts up when you put the key in him, just does his thing. There's nothing wrong with a reliable vehicle. But then, you want a vehicle that maybe has some oomph to it.
Sure.
Maybe a vehicle that can beat a couple people off the line. A vehicle that sounds, cool when you go room, room, room. That's what I think a lot of folks are looking at Trey Lance. Trey is not a Honda Accord. Fiat might have been the wrong car to pick from. But whatever it may be.
Also, shout out to the 1.21 gigawatts of Fiat it clearly has hooked up to now. To answer that question first, are the thing with Brock Purdy, because I know you mentioned wrap him in bubble pip. I still want to see him for another series.
Okay.
I still want to watch him play on Friday. I still want to see him get out there. I think it is important to get another. I'd actually like to see him go a couple series just to get some reps because he missed all of OTAs.
Sure.
If he was like a 6th or 7th year guy, I don't think it would really matter. But given that he, didn't play half of last season, he's played, 8 total games, which I believe one of those is the Eagles game where, he got hurt right away in that game. Point is, I'd like to see him get out there and get a few more reps going into the regular season one. Now, when you're talking about, and we'll talk about this more in the next segment, when you look at the Honda Accord versus the 1.21 gigawatt Fiat for a backup quarterback, because this is what we're talking about. And this is, I think, what makes this such an interesting battle is I want my backup to be the guy who can get me from point A to point B, not the guy that I have to worry about, turning the ball over or any of that. So in that context, I feel like Darnold would be the guy you want as your backup, right? With Trey Lance almost like in that developmental role still.
Yeah, no, I think that's ultimately what it's going to be. And I don't know what the rules are here. I guess this is where Emil or somebody who knows things could help us, but the practice squad's not like the G League.
No, it is not.
But I'm wondering, is there something more developmentally-ish they can do with Trey Lance? Other than have him just sit third clipboard. You know what I'm saying? Also in the Denver game, it was nice to see Ben DiNucci in there, who is on my Ryan Arcidiacono list of players that, like, Ben DiNucci sounds like a last name.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jonathan Ben DiNucci.
Right.
But that's his full name. Whereas I thought forever that Ryan Arcidiacono's name was Archie Diacono because that's what they would say. It's just it's the Al Alfonseca All-Stars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Ben DiNucci is definitely one of those guys. Only 26 years old, by the way, out of James Madison, if you wanted a Ben DiNucci highlight. Good to see. Good to see some other highlights, too. Here's some Trey Lance passing.
Fresh set of downs. Trey Lance stepping into the throw and out to the 45, and Ronnie Bell's gone. The 30 and all the way to the 20. So Ronnie Bell took an innocent crossing route and added an extra 20 yards, and they're already in field goal range.
Was that an error on the play-by-play guy? When you say somebody's gone, doesn't that mean they're going to score, right? Can you say? He said Ronnie Bell's gone. Was that Ted? By the way, that wasn't Ted.
No,
that
no.
That didn't sound like Ted.
Fitzgerald.
It was Bob Fitzgerald. You're right. I feel like when somebody catches the ball, you say they're gone. They're gone. They didn't. Then when he came back, he left and then he returned.
So like the 1.21 gigawatts in Fiat, I could go to and from the future. I don't know.
Here's the winning touchdown.
First and 10 of the Denver 22. Lance looking into the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Trey Lance and Cameron Latu. So Trey Lance heated up the fastball on multiple completions on the drive. The Niners are in the end zone. The rookie from Alabama's got the TD and the 2-point conversion. The only thing left to tie it up.
3:46 in the touchdown for Latu, which I'm glad to see because he's had a little bit of the dropsies and the yipsies.
Yeah, had a good
they spent
front.
No.
Training camp is what that's called. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't think so either. In the end, this was a, typical Bronco Niner game. 21-20 is your final.
I almost forgot Russell Wilson also played in that game.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I thought Russell Wilson actually looked about as Russell Wilson-y as I've seen.
He looks fine.
His number, he was 3 of 6 for 24 yards, but he also had 3 rushes for 25 yards. He looked just as slippery, and those three completions were quite nice.
I can't imagine a scenario where he is either at last year's level or worse, right?
No.
Like, that's the one thing Sean Payton has going for him as new head coach there is elevating Russell Wilson to where he was at with Nathaniel Hackett last year to where, wherever he will be this year.
Right.
Like, the bar is so low. Like, I don't even think Russell Wilson needs to be a Pro Bowl quarterback. If Russell Wilson just has a good season this year, like, we will be showering praise upon Sean Payton.
If he just doesn't,
suck. Right, if he just doesn't suck. That's the bar for Russell Wilson this year.
Also, good to see Jarrett Stidham play.
The great JS.
Oh, Jarrett Stidham. 27 years old out of Auburn. The Broncos definitely have some guys that have a little mileage on them. That's your hopefully Raider fan with scouting. That's your week 1 matchup in Denver. I wonder what the
All right, for Jimmy Garoppolo's sake, I hope he performs better in Denver this year than he did last year.
Yeah. Let me see if they have a line on this right now. Yeah, Broncos are favored by 4 in this game.
Shocking.
Broncos favored by 4.
Shocking. The Broncos are favored over the Raiders in Denver. Who would have thought?
Raiders. Well, no, I mean, I could see it being a little bit closer.
Why? For what?
Because Russell Wilson is still, has he already earned everybody's trust back?
I'm not sure Russell Wilson's earned everybody's trust back, but has Jimmy Garoppolo earned everybody's trust to go out there and get a road win in Denver in week 1?
Got a better record than Russell Wilson over the last few years. Got a better record lifetime than Russell Wilson, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, I might want to look that one up, buddy. I don't know. I feel like Russell Wilson had a couple good years in Seattle. Hey, they won a Super Bowl. I don't know if you saw that.
Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, and who's the running back kid they just got back? Javonte Williams, who did play in the game. That's some weapons.
Yeah. Again, I don't know why you would think the Raiders would be favored over Denver.
Having Sutton and Jeudy is going to be, if Russell Wilson can just put on his Russell Wilson hat again. He is 34 years old, but I don't think the guy's washed. We'll take a break. When we come back, did Trey Lance change any opinions for you on Sunday? We'll talk about that number 2 battle as well, getting some other football stuff. We'll do all that in just 1 minute.
The first ever NBA in-season tournament schedule is out, and our Kings have some great matchups, including national TV games against the Spurs and Warriors.
And Sacramento has won. They have risen to the occasion. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, this place is absolutely nuts.
Listen to every game on the home of the Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
At the UPS store, you can ship it all. We're your bulky sports equipment shipping store, your heavy luggage shipping store, your fancy art shipping store. We're even your I can't believe it's already time for back to school shipping store. So visit your neighborhood We Ship It All store for dependable UPS shipping with easy to use tracking and competitive rates. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. The UPS store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Enjoy the prime grilling season today with a new lifetime warranty Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My personal Napoleon P500 series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro. Napoleon Prestige grills, versatile grilling for every occasion. Form, function, and luxury can come in the same package. Just go to your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply for the best selection today, or visit Napoleon.com for a dealer near you.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Let's set it down. Trey Lance stepping into the throw and out to the 45, and Ronnie Bell's gone. The 30 and all the way to the 20. So Ronnie Bell took an innocent crossing route and added an extra 20 yards, and they're already in field goal range.
Well, there's a little bit of Trey Lance, Ronnie Bell, and your San Francisco 49ers.
By the way, I think Bell's a lock to make this team after Gray went down.
Yeah, Gray is going to be out at least for the start of the season. I completely agree with you. I think
plus Ray McClown obviously being out. Yeah, that just kind of opened that up nicely for him.
Before we get into that, Bill Belichick was asked about honoring Tom Brady in Week 1 by the Patriots. See if this sounds to you like Bill Belichick.
Okay.
I've spoken to Tom a couple of times. Always look forward to talking to Tom, and what a great experience and opportunity it was for me to coach him. Tremendous appreciation for everything he did for me, did for our team, everything he gave us. Look forward to seeing him. Sounds like he's moving on to a very successful career in broadcasting, whatever else he decides to do. He's a pretty talented guy. I'm sure he'll do well in whatever he chooses to do, whatever area that is. So look forward to seeing him. I'm sure there'll be a lot of excitement at the game in the stands, as there should be. He's done an awful lot for this organization, for this franchise, for the city, the NFL as well. One night's really not enough, anywhere close to being enough for the appreciation for what Tom deserves. It was a great opportunity for me. I feel very fortunate to have coached Tom, Lawrence Taylor, and Matt Slater as the 3 top players at their position, offense, defense, special teams. But I think in the history of the game, and that's pretty, I feel pretty lucky as a coach. Great players make great coaches, and I've been very fortunate. There's been a lot of great players along the way. I'm not taking anything away from anyone else, but those three are special. Does he deserve a statue? Give him whatever you want. I think that's the most.
I'm not. Can I just say, I thought you were doing a bit.
Nope.
I thought this was one of those Chat GPT things you do. That there's no way that was Bill Belichick.
That's what I'm saying.
There's zero way that was Bill Belichick.
I mean,
he has never been that articulate on anything ever in the media.
Never spent that amount of time, unless it's like I've heard him every.
First of all, the whole "I talked to Tom recently" thing, like, really?
Right? Like, did you?
That got me.
I've heard him every once in a while. He'll wax poetic on something that's like not football related, or I don't know.
He once answered a question about long snappers for 11 minutes.
But see, that makes sense. That's something he would do just to troll.
Yeah, I mean, and by the way,
I still think that's Chat GPT. I need to hear the actual audio and video of him.
Do I have it? Let me see.
Speaking of week one, a lot of fans looking forward to Tom Brady returning here to Gillette that night. I know you'll be focused on the game, but what kind of emotions will you be feeling with Tom coming back here for the first time as a retired player?
Yeah, spoken to Tom a couple times. Always look forward to seeing Tom, and what a great experience and opportunity it was for me to coach Tom, and tremendous appreciation for everything he did for me, did for our team, everything he gave us, and look forward to seeing him. And sounds like he's moving on to a very successful career in broadcast.
I mean,
I guess
there it was.
Still don't have video, so I can't fully believe it.
Let's put it at the end. Make sure we didn't skip anything here. His last.
Done a lot of the great players along the way too. I'm not taking anything away from anybody else, but those three are they're special.
You think he deserves a statue?
Give him whatever you want.
Wow.
Also, he does deserve a statue, right? Like in Tampa and New England.
Yeah. Tom Brady is Tom Brady. He's him. He's the guy. He is who he is.
The New England Patriots at the very least. At the very least of all the accomplishments, you literally, if you say New England Patriots, the first thing that comes to your mind is Tom Brady. Not Bill Belichick, and I'm taking anything away from Belichick, but Tom Brady is the top of mind thing. And he will, and I said Tampa, I laughed at the idea of that, but man, the guy delivered them a Super Bowl.
Well, it's him or Brad Johnson.
Yeah.
One of the two. Yes, and he delivered
or John Gruden.
Right. Yeah. He got him a Super Bowl in his first year. You said it absolutely correctly. He is him, and he's the guy. And whether you love or dislike Tom Brady or whatever it may be, the Super Bowl appearances he set a new bar. That will probably it is a Jordan-esque bar. It will never be broken.
I mean, Pat Mahomes, I think, has a chance just because he started some stuff so early in his career. But again, I think it's going to be a very difficult bar to even, get near. But right now, I think Mahomes is the only one that can make an argument like he's in the ballpark.
I would say so. And it's just so much has to go right.
Oh, for sure. Again,
so much has to go right.
And a lot can go wrong. That's the thing. It's more likely to go wrong than right.
And not that it's Patrick Mahomes' fault, but one was picked 13th, one was picked 199th, which adds to that legacy of his. And I'm barely old enough, but old enough to remember when the New England Patriots were a joke. They were a joke franchise. The New England Patriots
for random Super Bowl in the 90s.
I was going to say, what would they be? Not the Browns. Maybe the Jags.
I was thinking more Jets.
Atlanta Falcons.
All in that realm.
Yeah.
All of those teams about the same. You know what I'm saying?
No, they had a couple Super Bowl appearances here and there.
Appearances.
But there was nothing about them. They were not one of those NFL teams that you thought of in the realm of like a 49ers, legacy team of Steelers, Cowboys.
Not a blue blood.
I mean?
No. And I remember when they played the old Greatest Show on Turf and the Rams, and it was like, no, I can't. Like, there's some teams you can't imagine being a world champion. Like right now, it's the Titans. Like I just
really,
I don't know why.
That's your team.
I never could. Like even when Kevin Dyson was a foot short, and I just it was hard to imagine. But I've been that way with teams before. The Nuggets, it was tough to think about the Nuggets being world champions, and
it's because you've never seen it.
Because you never seen it, exactly.
I was that way with the Angels.
Yeah, I would say yes, absolutely.
The Mariners are another team.
Mariners are definitely.
That was me with the Astros.
Yeah.
For the longest time.
Let's just be honest, the Kings.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, no, I can see them. I see them every night in my dreams with the championship.
No, I mean reality.
And you know,
I mean, waking up and doing this show talking about the NBA champion Sacramento Kings.
Oh God, I don't even know what I'd do. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. Like you can't.
It's
it's legitimate. Like the Kings are one of those teams that you cannot picture winning a title.
And somewhere in some bar every weekend in Boston, there's a 50-year-old Boston sports fan just slapping a 22-year-old. There's the Kyle Ledbetter of Boston rolling into bars.
Oh God,
talking to a guy like me.
Oh,
well, think about it. They've known nothing but championships in Boston.
Yeah,
but 50, 60-year-old Boston fan remembers Steve Grogan and the Patriots, remembers the Red Sox that could not ever win a World Series. You had the Celtics from time to time, but then even remember that, in between or surrounding, when you went from the Bird era Celtics to the Garnett era Celtics, you had the Reggie Lewis tragedy. You had so much crap going on.
The Celtics are such an interesting case because obviously the Lakers tied them, right? At least for most championships in league history.
Yeah, they're with each other.
Over the last 50 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time. Celtics have won 6 titles.
Yeah. That's not what the Lakers have won.
No, that's what I mean. Like the Celtics are so much of the allure of the Boston Celtics was done in the late 50s and all through the 60s.
Yeah.
But starting in 1970 again, they've won 6 titles, which is nothing to, laugh at. But
right. Someone on the text line is actually positing a great thought, which we'll think about during the break. Is Bill Belichick the football coach equivalent of Keegan Murray in the delivery?
No.
Like if you go side by side audio wise, like if you had a podcast and it was Bill Belichick interviewing Keegan Murray, would that be like the most just rando, like, hey, how are you doing? Good. How are you? Good. Great. Today we're going to talk about.
Wouldn't be beaming with charisma.
And I mean, that's the thing. Keegan's got charisma. You can see it.
It's hints of charisma.
We'll take a break. When we come back, the NBA, shockingly, is opening an investigation into James Harden's comments on Daryl Morey. What do you know? We'll dip our foot back in this toxic story in just a couple minutes.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
By the way, Chris Watkins, great news for you.
What'd I do?
The Warriors are going to be on national TV 41 times.
That's so cool. That's awesome. You know who really deserves that? Yeah, a team that lost in the second round last year. Let's put them on TV more than anybody else. What's that matter?
Chris Paul, though. Chris
Yeah,
Paul.
Yeah.
It's Whitey and Watkins from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect a muggy start to our morning. Scattered showers possible. As we go through the day, we'll see some more peaks of sunshine. Can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we see every Honda buyer as a member of the family, so we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we would buy from ourselves. See our selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
2 years ago, Americans watched in horror as a crisis unfolded at the Kabul airport.
There's desperation and anguish.
More than 80,000 Afghans have since arrived in America, but this story is still unfolding. I'm Andrea Smartin. In my new podcast, Stranger Becomes Neighbor, we'll find out what happens to these new arrivals in our communities. Who would help our newest neighbors? Follow us at kslpodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you listen.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Much like you probably, my kids are going back to school next week. What does that mean? It means end of summer blowout on all systems with American Energy Heating and Air right now. $2,500 off full systems with systems as low as $34 a week. And American Energy Heat and Air offering a free Wi-Fi thermostat on high-efficiency units. As always, they're making the uncomfortable comfortable, but get in right now. This limited offer expires August 30th. You can call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Better Business Bureau A+ rating. 1981 is when they started serving the greater Sacramento area. They are Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner with heating, cooling, service, tune-ups, installations, and more. American Energy Heating and Air, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Don't wait. The giant summer sale ends soon at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. We make buying a new Honda easy and stress-free. Pre-order online or in person today. We'll be there to help you every step of the way. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The San Francisco 49ers won their second preseason game against the Denver Broncos 21-20 on Saturday. Brock Purdy led the 49ers to a field goal in his first and only drive of the game, while Trey Lance and Sam Darnold each recorded one touchdown and one interception each, while completing above 67% of their passes. For more on the 49ers preseason game, including injury updates for Danny Gray and Kerry Hyder Jr., check out Emil Fergoso's post-game recap at SactownSports.com. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds, also up right now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Let's turn it back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Well, you may remember when we last left James Harden. He was in China. And he was saying, Daryl Morey is a liar.
What?
I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar. I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Well,
the man's father he's talking about.
Yeah, geez, Louise, man, I'm telling you. Well, he might have opened a Pandora's box, according to Adrian Wojnarowski and Ramona Shelburne, as the NBA has now reopened, I would say. It says opened. I say reopened an investigation after he had called Morey a liar. They say the office is believed to be pursuing an understanding of whether Harden was referencing this holdout or been referencing past contract discussions with the organization that might constitute salary cap circumvention.
Really?
Yeah. Now, Woj does report that, and Ramona, that he privately has indicated he was referencing his wish to be traded, and then the Sixers saying, no, we're not going to trade you, and saying that, basically he's Harden saying privately that Morey's a liar because he promised to try to trade him, and now he's not trading him, and it has nothing to do with the whole contract thing, and blah, 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 blah.
Well, there was no contract, and there's no possible way that happened.
No possible way. Now, according to a clause in the collective bargaining agreement, Harden has to show up eventually because he could otherwise be deemed in violation of his contract. If that were to happen, the Sixers would have the right to block his ability to sign with an NBA team or any other professional franchise, including, sounds like, China. But according to Dan Devine of Yahoo Sports, simply reporting the training camp and being there for the regular season may not be enough either, because there are certain requirements in the uniform player contract. Ben Simmons was suspended due to his lack of effort at practice, so there could be some more whatever there as well. We talked about this at length, Jay, and I know you were here for some of it and not here for some of it, but I can't stand James Harden. I think he's an unethical basketball player. I don't mean he's an unethical person. I don't like his basketball ethics. I don't like him hunting for fouls. I don't like his whining. I don't like his flopping. I don't like his free throws. I don't like the way he plays the game. I think he's a kind of a fraudulent player. I've always felt that way. I don't think he's this is not a title guy. This is not a guy people, it sounds like, enjoy playing with. Well,
definitely say he's not a title guy. I'm not going to go as far as calling him fraudulent because he doesn't do anything that is a violation of the rules.
No, he just is a bender.
No, I mean, he's not a fun basketball player to watch.
That is true.
That I'll go that far. I won't go say he's unethical on the court, but
that is true. I think it's unethical, or that's me. But I don't like watching him play. I'll be happy when he retires or goes to China or wherever. But I've never accused the guy of not being smart. From the 209, by the way, sounds like you're describing Luka. I've referred to Luka as Euro James Harden for about 3 years now. You're seeing it unfold in front of your eyes. Same. They're the same. They're the same guy. Luka's a better scorer. Well, I take that back.
I think Luka's a better scorer.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a guy James Harden is, knows how to score the ball.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
Really well.
I think Luka's better at it.
I don't know if the numbers would support that, friend.
Again, not completely about the numbers.
You're talking about a guy, James Harden, that averaged over 30 points 3 straight years, 34 points in 2019, 36 points a game in 2018-19. And then he averaged 29 points 2 other years. Now, I'm not saying Luka can't or won't do that. I don't know that Luka's ever going to score. Anyway, whatever. We're getting lost. Whether you believe Luka, I think they're pretty much the same player. They have not ones you want to count on defense.
No.
And they suck all the air out of the room when they're on the floor. Either way, I think James is an incredibly intelligent manipulator, though. And it's hilarious and sad that James wanted out of Houston, got out of Houston, wanted out of Brooklyn, got out of Brooklyn. His guy, Daryl Morey, saves him a couple of times, brings him into Philadelphia, where he's on a bona fide championship contending team with the reigning MVP of the league in Joel Embiid. And now he wants out. And shockingly, there's not really a big market for James Harden.
Is there a market for James Harden?
I don't know. I'm sure, look, as much as I like to make fun of him, I'm sure there's some market for James Harden.
The Clippers basically tried to offer Danny Manning and Lloyd Vaughn.
Yeah, right. Danny Manning, exactly. I'm sure there's someone that would give up, but apparently Daryl Morey is saying he wants like a young player, a young star.
No, the thing I've seen like most consistently is he wants a return that doesn't change the title expectations.
He wants a Lillard-esque return.
He's not getting
He
that.
wants a Rudy Gobert-esque return. He wants a Donovan Mitchell-esque return. Maybe
it's
not
like he's the only person that hasn't witnessed the sample size of James Harden, specifically in the playoffs.
I understand that Daryl Morey.
It's like he closes his eyes during the playoffs or something.
Well, he's got to do what he's got to do.
Sure.
I get that Daryl can't go out and be like, okay, I'll take a second rounder. Just get this guy the hell away from me. But at this point, if I'm Daryl Morey, I'm doing everything I can to get him off the team. And at this, and really, truly, like, I need to wrap this up now. I need to get him away. And I'd said this last week. I think you were gone. I call every GM and I say, if you have an offer, give me your best offer.
But what GM is going to make you? So let's look at it from that standpoint, right? Because if you're that GM and James Harden's basically said, I want to go to the Clippers or bust.
Sure.
You know what you're bringing into your franchise, which is an unhappy fat guy.
That's right. An unhappy fat guy that has successfully manipulated his way out of multiple and has shown that he does not care.
So he's going to do the same to you.
Right. So if you're the Clippers, it's like, what are you giving up? You're going to give up so you can have what? The all-time aging all-stars. You got George, Kawhi, now James Harden. You can go around, you can win, 48, 50 games and be out in the second round.
We would have won a title in 2016 team.
Maybe. Exactly. But I think, and I wrote about this at SactownSports.com. I do think there's a whole thought process here with James Harden. First off, he's ingratiating himself to the Chinese fan base.
100%.
And I know that even though he's called out the Clippers as a team he wants to go to, it was not that long ago he had leaked out that he wanted to go back to Houston. He'd be fine going to Houston, where he played 9 seasons. It was the most stable part of his career. So if you're James Harden now and you see that there's not really a market for you, what better way to create a market for yourself than to basically become the most beloved NBA player in China? And you're using the name of Daryl Morey, who is hated over there and who cost the league probably billions of dollars, stripped the Rockets of all their leftover Yao Ming advertising and money, revenue. So now if you're James Harden, you're showing through selling your wines and your shoes and all the stuff over in China that you have this built-in fan base of over 1 billion people. I mean, granted, not all of China is, going to be an NBA fan, but
we haven't polled them yet on Twitter.
A lot of people. And maybe now it makes it easier for a team to acquire you because let's just be honest. What James Harden is being paid in salary on the bottom line, the part that fans don't care about, he's probably going to make back in Chinese advertising revenue.
Well, I say in the endorsement money and
easily.
Stuff. Golly, man.
And it puts the NBA in a bad spot because they don't want this conversation. This is a terrible conversation for them.
I don't feel like this ends well for Daryl Morey, number one.
Either.
And I'm also going to say this. I think James Harden is at the point in his career where the best case scenario is he gets bought out in Philly and he signs in China. It's very clear winning is not his priority. When he had mentioned wanting to go back to the Rockets, the biggest reason you heard was it's the link to Tillman Fertitta and Tillman Fertitta's business acumen and all the stuff he can set up post-career.
That's right.
Winning is not a priority. Go make your money, and you will, again, when it comes to endorsements, he will make so much money, not just in salary, but in the endorsements over in China, because like you said, I stood up against the hated Daryl Morey. Oh, by the way, I can probably average 100 points in this league.
You have a new coach in Ime Udoka who's going to do whatever. It's not exactly had a great year last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's going to do whatever the owner tells him to do. What better way to entice Tillman Fertitta to maybe make a trade for you than say, hey, Tillman, it's your old buddy James. I want to come back. I still have something to offer. By the way, I'm going to more than pay for myself because guess what? There is no team in the NBA that has a more ingratiated foundation to China than the Houston Rockets because of Yao Ming. It's a perfect combination now. James isn't Yao Ming, of course, but he's the closest the NBA has right now in terms of Chinese heroes. That's a lot of money that could come back to Tillman Fertitta and the Houston Rockets' way if they make that deal. So this is an incredibly interesting, dramatic saga to watch on the side of everything. But what we can all take away from this is James Harden stinks.
Yeah.
Who's hot? Who's not? And more coming up right after this.
Will Brandon Ayuk emerge as a star in the Bay this season?
Now going to throw for the end zone, wide open, Brandon Ayuk.
Can Fred Warner lead the Niners defense to another deep playoff run?
And Fred Warner with the INT. Pick City, baby.
Will Brock Purdy hold on to his starting quarterback job?
Purdy going to drop back to pass, try to run for it and go to the end zone standing. Down and Purdy, baby.
Tune into Niners at 9 every day on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sactown Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, we see every Honda buyer as a member of the family, so we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we would buy from ourselves. At Elk Grove Honda, we include many benefits that a private seller just can't match. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection, and our certified pre-owned Hondas are under 5 years old. So you know you're getting the newest Hondas in prime condition. See our exceptional selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Ready for a sizzling football season? Take your game day parties to the next level with Napoleon Prestige Grills from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. Fire up the grill and score big with mouth-watering burgers, juicy steaks, and finger-licking wings. Napoleon Prestige Grills bring the heat and come complete with a lifetime warranty. Get your ultimate game day companion today. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and elevate your tailgate experience with Napoleon Prestige Grills. Green Acres Nursery and Supply, your one-stop shop for grilling greatness this football season. Visit idategreenacres.com for the store near you. Game on.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell. The 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Hard Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, the type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera, and the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who's hot? Kyle?
Hello.
Hi.
Who is hot?
Before we get to who's hot, a couple segments ago you were talking about Bill Belichick and Keegan Murray. So very quickly, I present you a conversation between Bill Belichick and Keegan Murray.
You know, spoken to Tom a couple times. You know, always look forward to seeing Tom. And if things are going bad, keep that mindset that they'll end up going good. If things are going good and you're at the highest point, never forget when you're at your lowest. So tremendous appreciation for everything he did for me, did for our team, everything he gave us, and look forward to seeing him. Going through it, I really feel like I got used to it pretty quick, and that I feel like that helped me.
Do you feel better about your point?
It's a similar cadence. Why do I feel like even in that scenario, side by side, I feel like Keegan has more charisma and is more.
Yeah, he does.
He's more out there.
Yeah, no, he does.
Like, calm down, Keegan.
Well, I think because when you ask Keegan questions, he tries to answer to the best of his ability. Whereas Bill Belichick usually does the opposite.
That's true. Belichick, Keegan's never like, yeah, we're on to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Bill, your wife's on fire. Oh, someone put her out. I don't know.
That's what we're doing.
So what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
You could have said dog.
Yeah. Yes. Even better. Your dog's on fire. Hey,
is that better?
I think more people. No,
I'm not sure better's the word you're looking for.
Dude,
there.
I have found this before, man. People will get more fired up over cat and dog issues than people issues.
And rightfully so.
It's like cat, dog, baby. And I don't know if it's even in that order. Yeah, like that's the line.
Kid, adult, teenager.
Well, we talked about this before. If the Santa Anita Raceway or whatever, we talk about this all the time. If it was puppy races and not horse races,
it'd be shut down immediately.
If puppies were being put down like every other day because it like broke a nail, they would have shut those down immediately. But
horses,
like horses are just like, glue. Like they don't care, or if they care, there's no Where is
the horse doesn't greet you after a long day at work, David.
I guess so. Horse doesn't lick your face. And I'm just saying, where's the horse union?
Right?
Where is the horse union? All right, so who's hot?
Who's hot?
Yeah.
It's the country of Spain. Because Spain won the Women's World Cup. Dave mentioned the story earlier of Olga Carmona, who scored this goal in the World Cup.
They've got numbers forward now. Late one, Carmona in the box, in front, go! Spain leads! Carmona!
And you mentioned the story earlier. Her father died before the match, and they didn't tell her until afterwards, and it was a very sweet story, and Spain won the Women's World Cup, despite the fact that, I don't know if you guys know this story, but the Spanish team actively hates their manager. And
yeah, well, did you see the post-game stuff?
What?
Some of it.
No, I didn't. What? Were they like?
They kissed one of the players on the mouth.
Oh,
Weird,
I think I read something. No, wasn't that like the head of the... It was like some Spanish sports federation or something, and kissed, and then she was like, well, I mean, it was the moment, no big deal. And everyone was like, yo, brother, that's assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did read something about that.
So Jorge Vilda, who is the coach of the Spanish national team, has been at odds with his players for so long that back in fall of 2022, 15 members of the Spanish team issued a letter condemning their work conditions and the atmosphere around the team. 15 players asked to be left off the team because they did not want to be around this guy. And Spain actively won the World Cup despite the fact that players didn't want to play for the national team because of how terrible the conditions have been there. So congratulations to the Spanish team. It had been a rallying cry of like, we don't like our soccer federation and we don't like the way that the organization is run, and the team rallied together and won the Women's World Cup in spite of that.
Well, apparently it was the president of the Spanish Soccer Federation. He apologized today after an unsolicited kiss he planted on player Jenny Hermoso. Is it Jenny? I want to get. It's not Henny, right? Or Yenny. No, it's a J. It's a J, but it's Spanish, and I'm not clear here.
No, they might have celebrated with a little Henny after the game.
Yeah, I remember hearing Henny. Like, I've never heard like Hennifer. I'm gonna say Jenny, and then just take the L. Okay, right, how about that? Jenny Hermoso's lips during celebrations of the World Cup victory. He said, "quote Surely I was wrong. I have to admit." Anytime anyone says surely, I just Leslie Nielsen. Surely I was wrong. I have to admit it was without bad faith at a time of maximum effusiveness. What? She apparently told teammates afterwards in the locker room she, quote, didn't like it, but then later downplayed it in a statement sent to Spanish news agency EFE by the Federation. Quote, it was a mutual gesture that was totally spontaneous, prompted by the huge joy of winning a World Cup. President and I have a great relationship. His behavior with all of us has always been a 10 out of 10. It's a natural gesture of affection and gratitude. Like, look, I'm not here to like comment on any of that because A, it's serious, and B, I don't know. Is there a thing that, like, I don't know because I don't know the culture. Like, honestly, I know that like in other cultures, like kisses are different than here.
Yeah, not on the mouth.
No, like, well, yeah, the cheek. And
yeah,
the cheek.
the cheek is the thing.
Yeah, I don't know what
the mouth is a completely different.
I don't know
scenario. Clearly, if he's having to come out and apologize for
it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? And maybe she really feels that way, or maybe she's just like, I don't want this to be a thing, so whatever.
Right.
You know, but either way,
Who's not?
A little awkward. Yeah, who's not? Other than the Spanish kissing president.
Well, shout out to La Roja, who won the Women's World Cup.
Shout out to who?
La Roja. That's what they call the team.
I just wanted to hear you pronounce it.
La Roja.
Hey, how would you pronounce her name? You're Mr. Pronunciation. Is it Jenny Hermoso?
Oh, I was going to sit that one out just because I don't know.
You don't know? All right.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, who's not?
Who's not?
Yeah, who?
It's the Oakland A's.
Yeah, well. Oh, wait, what were you mentioning the La Roja for or whatever?
I just wanted to say good on them for winning.
You wanted to pronounce La Roja, didn't you?
No. I just wanted to transition.
Okay. It's the Oakland A's.
It's the Oakland A's.
Okay.
So the Oakland A's are playing the Kansas City Royals tonight.
Yeah.
On Sactown Sports, if you want to listen.
Also, Kyle, you're not hot. Just want to throw this in here too. 84.7% of respondents now say you did not dunk. I had not
okay.
updated that in a couple hours. Just want 84% say that the video you submitted of you dunking was not a dunk. 15.3% said that was a good dunk.
I accept the results, and that's okay.
All right, the A's, they're not hot.
Yeah, the Oakland A's, they're not very good, but they're playing the Royals, who are also not very good. So the Royals have 40 wins right now, and the Oakland A's have 34. They are the two worst teams in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
It's a combined win total of 74.
Yeah.
I was trying to go back and find, has there ever been a matchup this late into the season with two teams that have fewer wins? Couldn't find any other examples specifically. The closest I could find was in 2018 when the same Kansas City Royals were playing against the Baltimore Orioles. That was a combined 83 wins in a game that was played on August 31st. So unless the A's and Royals get 10 wins in the next 10 days, I believe this might be a record for fewest number of wins in a baseball game played in August.
Maybe those tie. Maybe those forfeit. At least you can see Bobby Witt Jr. That's a positive. Also, one addition to your addendum to your Who's Hot, though. This does deserve a shouty out. How about the Sacramento Republic? Big 3-1 road win over the weekend. They have had a ton of injuries this year, yet somehow most points in all of the USL right now. 48 points. That leads the Western Conference.
Shanahan's offense.
Pittsburgh, San Antonio both have 47, so it's right there. Pittsburgh, of course, in the Eastern Conference, But shout out to the Sac Republic. No Rodrigo Lopez. A lot of guys out, and they keep. All they do is win, no matter what. As a poet used to say once upon a time. That's all they do is win. So congratulations to them. And also, I'm not sure if it's sold out or not. Let's pretend it's not. Go to SacRepublicFC.com. It's the 10-year anniversary. The return to Hughes Stadium. Be there this Saturday. As a matter of fact, yeah, the Sac Republic have been around for 10 flipping years. Can you believe that?
No, actually, I really can't. That's why I was like, 10 years. Wow, that went by quick.
And is that this? I don't know what the hell that is.
Like, I'm trying to think outside of the River Cats, has there been another minor league team that lasted 10 plus years?
You mean here?
In Sacramento, yeah. Did the Knights get 10 years? I have to look that up. Capitals?
That's a great.
This isn't a minor league team, but how long were the Monarchs in Sacramento?
They were over 10 years.
Okay.
When is August 26th?
This Saturday.
Yeah, that's this Saturday. So I'm right. That was throwing me off there for a second. That's this Saturday, the return to Hughes Stadium. And I don't know about you. I'm excited about it.
The Sacramento Knights were only 8 years.
I'm going to be there, as a matter of fact. I see what they're doing. They're going all Britishy. Don't, knock it off. They're putting the home team first on top and then the road team on the bottom, which is what they do in England. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, dude. So like you look at you look like a little score bug.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On the bottom right, the road team is on top.
Yes.
And their score.
All the time.
Okay. Or if you're looking at the bottom line, all right, the road team's on the left, the home team's on the right. What I'm telling you is that they do this over in England. So Sac Republic's the home team. They're putting them on top. Now, normally, if you were looking at this,
I would assume they're the road team.
You would assume that Orange County is the road team or the home team.
Yeah.
No, they're putting them on top because look, no, stop it. Stop it right now. You know what else I don't want to see? The whole thing where they what is today? 8/21/23, where it's 21/8/23. You know how England puts they put the day, day and the month and then the year. Listen, and then we'll hit a break. Just a public service message. Okay? Yorktown, Cornwallis. Doesn't mean anything to you. It's called We Won. Okay? We won. America. All right? So put this in. Cornwallis surrendered. And when that happened, you put the date the normal way. And by normal, I mean our way. You put the home team on the bottom like we do it. Winners.
Yeah, but they're better than soccer. They're better at soccer.
Well, yeah.
They got us back in 1812.
No, they did. That 1812 was like a draw. Yeah, they got the White House, but not the whole thing. And Dolly Madison took George Washington painting, and it was fine. because we had a navy of 12 ships.
War of 2023, putting the name on top instead of the bottom.
Yes, enough of this. When we come back, Niners at 9. Are the Niners going to have a kicking problem this year? What's going on with Jake Moody? We'll talk about it next.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track, makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
Yep. All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
There's fun for the whole family at Sutter Health Park. Join the River Cats every Saturday with the purchase of the Family Fun Pack. Starting at only $89, the Family Fun Pack includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and 4 exclusive River Cats hats. Take your fan experience to the next level with the Governor's Club Family Pack and enjoy the post-game fireworks show from the field. Make your plans to join the fun at rivercats.com/family pack.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
2 years ago, Americans watched in horror as a crisis unfolded at the Kabul airport.
There's desperation and anguish.
More than 80,000 Afghans have since arrived in America, but this story is still unfolding. I'm Andrea Smartin. In my new podcast, Stranger Becomes Neighbor, we'll find out what happens to these new arrivals in our communities. Who would help our newest neighbors? Follow us at KSLpodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you listen.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The San Francisco 49ers won their second preseason game against the Denver Broncos 21-20 on Saturday. Brock Purdy led the 49ers to a field goal in his first and only drive of the game, while Trey Lance and Sam Darnold each recorded 1 touchdown and 1 interception each, while completing above 67% of their passes. For more on the 49ers preseason game, including injury updates for Danny Gray and Kerry Hyder Jr., check out Emil Fergoso's postgame recap up right now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. It's time for Niners at 9 on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Niners at 9. And we'll talk about old Jake Moody here in a second.
Think he's in a good moody or a bad moody today? Okay, moody.
Yeah, I don't know, because on one hand, like...
Well, can we get a moody meter?
Can we get a sponsor?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Of course.
Jake Moody is worrying some people. Now, look. He was 3 for 3. Okay. including a game winner.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But he missed an extra point.
Called a pat.
Yeah. That's not going to work. Can't be missing extra points. The question now is like, is there actually
well, and let's be honest. I know he kicked the game-winning field goal. That field goal was not a good-looking kick, by the way. That could have easily
it was not.
Dude, if he missed that, oh my gosh, that's the lead story, preseason game number 2. That's crazy to think about.
Well, don't they have Zane Gonzalez in camp? I thought they did. Okay. Who was 20-22 last year for Carolina. He was 31-35 for Arizona a couple of years prior.
It's not a bad kicker at all.
No, and it's one of those things where it's like, did you kind of corner yourself by picking old Jake, a little earlier than a lot of people might have picked Jake?
I mean, you kind of have to ride this out for a little bit, right?
I mean, it was a round 3 pick.
99 overall, I believe.
You
can't cut him. And I'm not saying you should cut him, by the way. I'm not trying to float that storyline that he deserves to be cut right now. I don't think that's a thing.
I would just say.
But aren't you kind of pot committed?
You are. At least, I mean, basically he's going to have to. I think the best case scenario is that the Niners have a few, comfortable wins, throw him out there, get his feet set. But the problem is this, like, it's not even that. It's remember how Alex Rodriguez used to have the really well-deserved reputation of hitting home runs in the 9th inning when the Mariners or Yankees are down 7 or up 7-2. But when it came down to it, and that's one of those things with kickers too. Like, okay, well, when it doesn't matter that much, you're nailing that 61-yarder. That's not the thing. The thing is when it's a 45-yarder and your team has done the 1-minute drill to get down there and you're down 2 and clock's running out, you got to make that kick. You got to make the 30-yarder.
No, by the way, it doesn't help that the guy that your predecessor it was great in those situations, right?
Right. And it is one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it things. I understand they're trying to gear up for the future and, hey, here's a guy.
Save some money in the cap.
But it is also too one of those things where it's like, are you trying to outthink yourself if you're Lynch and Shanahan? Like,
I mean, there's a level to that, right? Like, I think kicking is one of the most underappreciated positions in all of sports because there's so much pressure on you in all of these situations. To me, it's like, I think being a closer in baseball is a ton of pressure as well. This is worse. Like, and you got to stay cool, calm, collected in those moments where, you're lining up for a 49-yarder to win the game. And by the way, you have one of the shortest leashes in all of sports as well. Like, you have 2 or 3 bad games, you're done. Like, you're getting cut.
How do we rank that pressure-wise? Like, 35-yard field goal to win it. Like, very makeable field goal.
Sure.
Okay. Facing the bottom of the order in a safe situation. Down 1, going to the line, 2 free throws, 3 seconds left.
Which one makes you the most nervous?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As a fan.
Okay, it's not the save because the odds are highly on board.
So we'll say the save's probably third,
yeah,
right?
Third.
Then a lot of the next 2 situations depends on who's doing either the kicking or free throw shooting.
On that.
But let's say it's an average free throw shooter and an average kicker. So an average free throw shooter will say 75% from the line. Kicker.
I feel like it's the field goal kickers the most. Here's why. Because, I mean, depending on also what you're down or if you're tied, like at least with free throws, you get multiple attempts.
Sure.
To do something. Field goal, you get 1.
Right. And by the way, you miss that free throw, you're not getting cut.
That's I mean, I'm surprised we don't hear more about like how kickers tearing up hotel rooms and showing up, buck naked at Taylor Swift concerts and just doing all together crazy things, because much like closers in baseball, like it kind of does take a little bit of a different breed to be a kicker, just because you're under such constant pressure,
right?
Like, you got to look around, and if the team's done everything they can and everybody heart, blood, sweat, tears, and you go up there and you shank a couple extra points or field goals or whatever, and you lose the game, and Billy over there shredded his knee in the second quarter, and Bobby's got his third concussion of the year, and all these guys are just bleeding out of their eye sockets. And meanwhile, you're sitting on your big kicker rear end the whole time, and you get up and you miss. Just like, talk about being uncomfortable. I would walk around the whole time worried about being oh God, what's his face in Full Metal Jacket, where they hold him down and just do the soap beating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would be so worried about everybody turning on me being a kicker.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say this. I'm going to give you a kicker from last year. This guy made 29 of 32 field goals. That's 90%.
Right.
In the regular season, set a single season kicking record for his team with 137 points scored and 9 field goals made of 50-plus yards. You're signing that guy up the whole time, right?
Yes.
That's Brett Maher. And all I remember of him last year was shanking those field goals in that Buccaneers game in the playoffs. That's how quickly you go from, man, that guy had a record-setting season to, oh, my God, this guy can't kick.
Woof. And that's a problem. And some people just, we bring up Roberto Aguayo all the time. Maybe the best college football kicker ever, drafted by the Bucs, sucked.
Mm-hmm.
There's just some people that you get to the big lights, and it doesn't work, man.
And I also think part of that, too, is in that position, I don't think there's an easier position to get the yips in. Like, once you don't see it go through the uprights a few times, I think that is just, like, stuck in your head.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing. Look, I don't want to do the thing, but I'll do the thing. Like,
okay, do the
I've
thing.
Kicked field goals in college football before. Like, I've been on the field in front of a crowd and kicked.
Yeah, we all saw it.
I was at a sold out Aggie Stadium, UC Davis. I don't remember even who they were playing. I don't think anybody else ever even remembers, because that's not why they were there.
No, they were there to see
They were there to see
kick,
me on the field in front of my dad, in a proud dad moment. Have to kick. I think they put it on a tee at the 5-yard line. So we're talking at least 20 yards, 22 maybe, 23.
Immense pressure.
And I'm not going to lie. Look, you feel the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
When you're an athlete, all your hard work and determination helps you feel less pressure, Jay. But even all the workouts I did leading up to that, going to the park across the street with the wife and kids and kicking a ball off of a tee, you got to have it mentally together.
Sure, kick one in, by the way, during practice.
It was close.
But that's what I mean. You got the yips. You couldn't see it go through the upright.
No, I did, though. No, for real, I did. You get them over. They weren't pretty, but they went through.
Right.
And even then, like, I felt like there's a brotherhood of kickers that we have, right, through the years, where you understand when the only people that have gone through it can understand. And when that football left my foot, and I'm sure there's people listening right now that were there, remember this like it was yesterday.
Jake Moody was there.
When that ball left my foot, we all thought it was in. And you know what? Guess what? Can't control God and weather, because all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure about a 50-mile-an-hour wind gust comes in. And weirdly, not only blew the ball right, but also down.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Does that mean I didn't want it? Does that mean I didn't train enough? Does that mean I got the yips? Maybe. Did that mean I failed in front of my father? Yeah. But, and I think he had a stroke, I think 3 months after that field goal thing. Were they connected? I don't think they were, but I don't know for a fact. Did my failure at kicking field goals give my poor father a stroke? Probably. That being said, can't control it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Jake's going through the same thing. So maybe what we need is to bring Jake on the show.
Yeah, we'll get Jake on immediately.
Jake Moody and I can have a conversation, kicker to kicker, and see what we can figure out. We'll take a break. When we come back, more on the Niners. There's a injury happening in the wide receiver core. We've still got folks not playing. Bose is holding out. We'll give you a kind of round the horn update on all that next.
What did we learn about the 49ers quarterback battle in the first preseason game?
Darnold out of his own end zone, throwing right sideline. Ronnie Bell's got it out across the 40. That was a beautiful throw.
Will Trey Lance have a significant role on this team?
Lance again over the middle of the field, caught out to the 41-yard line, Chris Conley. And that was a beautiful response from Trey Lance.
Find out on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Go to SactownSports.com and check out all the fun, exciting insider articles that are there. We got
including your own.
Yeah, that's right. I wrote a thing with crayon and everything. Coming up later this week, the hosts like to weigh in on a question that our good friend Jojo Rose poses each and every week. This week's question, interesting one. What non-Warriors game are you looking forward to this Kings season, and why? Non-Warriors. Well, is it a cop-out if I say Utah?
No. Why?
Because it's game one, and I really want it to get here.
Yeah, that's a cop-out.
But I'm looking forward to it. Okay. I am literally looking forward to that Utah game in Utah more than any of the other 81 games right now. That is
until the next one.
And then it's over. Then I got to pick a new one.
I'd say the Wembanyama game when he's in Sacramento. I think I want to go see that. Of course, with my luck, you'll either be injured or load managing.
I'm Oklahoma City for sure. I want to see old Chet Holmgren.
Denver.
I guess the question there is, here's a great way to put it. Like, if you could sit courtside for any of those games that aren't Warrior games, which one would you take?
Probably again the Wembanyama game. Just want to see the spectacle.
I will answer that question right now. I just came up with a brilliant answer. Thank you very much. Hold on, because we said, which one would you sit courtside at? And I would sit at, it can't be a Golden State one. Okay, I would sit, they're all road? Really? What? No, what? Okay.
No, they play some home games.
Wednesday, March 13th, home against the Lakers, ESPN. Why? Because I would sit courtside, but I'd sit on the opposite side of the cameras, and I'd wear a shirt, and I'd hold a sign that said "Sell the team." See, that's what I would do, but not the Kings. Sell the A. I'd hold up an A's "Sell the team" sign on ESPN.
That makes no sense.
Why? I'm here for my A's brothers and sisters. That's what I'm looking forward to. Do you see what I did? I just picked a selfless thing.
No, there's a lot of self-promotion.
What's the self-promotion? I don't have a show. I'm not putting the.
You do have a show.
Should I put the call letters on there?
Yes.
Sell the team sign, and then like on the bottom right, it's
Sactown Sports,
6 to 10 a.m.
Yes.
At SactownSports.com.
Good Lord.
Which one would you pick?
I told you already.
Which one was it?
The Spurs.
Yeah, that's a boring answer. I forgot it. In 5 minutes. I want to go see Victor Wembanyama and Friends, because that's what they should change their name to. Wembanyama and Friends.
This is the breakout year for Devin Vassell, okay?
Yeah, Florida State's Devin Vassell. Keep waiting on that one. Injuries. George Kittle is still not playing, but whatever. He'll be fine. Bosa is holding out. No update there. And I don't think we're going to get an update. I think we'll get an update in about a week.
Weird.
Are you starting? You're starting to get worried.
I mean, there's one preseason game left.
Does he need a preseason game?
It's not that he needs a preseason game, but it's like, and granted, I'm sure I'm overthinking this, and Nick Bosa will be perfectly fine if like he agrees to a contract like 3 days before the first game.
He'll be fine.
But it's also like, again, what is the holdup? And I know that's probably like, it sounds like a super simpleton question, because is it simply they don't want to make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL? Is it the guaranteed money? Is it the years? Like, how long have we been negotiating this contract now? What are we held up on at this point? He's not a running back.
I think the holdup is they play on Friday, the preseason game, and they don't want him anywhere near anything.
Listen, if Nick Bosa said, I don't want to play in the preseason, I think they're fine with it.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the holdup. So again, it just makes me wonder, like, what is it?
That's why it's so dumb.
And I always wonder in these negotiations, is it like the most minuscule of numbers? Is it like he wants 200,000 more, and they're like, no.
Nobody wants used to the team playing twice more.
Okay, yeah. Is it that stupid? Like, I'm being serious because I know you're joking about that, but I could totally see that being a thing.
This is why football's dumb. Dude, it is the number one sport in America. It is massive by all accounts. It dominates the landscape. But why can't it just be as simple as, well, we already know what his contract's going to be. It's going to be a max contract. Here you go. Just like in the NBA. There's no negotiation. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be 5 years, $100 million.
See, I think that's where, like, the little things like, how many times does he use a popcorn machine before the game? That comes in because, like you said, you know the money. It's already structured for you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm just okay. Look, if the dude still isn't signed, if we're sitting here at the end of next week and he's not signed, I'm fully going to start worrying.
Yeah. 100%.
But you just get this feeling that, sometime this Saturday or Sunday, maybe Monday, possibly Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days that they're going to sign.
You think it happens before the preseason game?
No.
Okay, so
I'm saying
the following. So it won't be this week.
Yeah. After the game.
Well, I sure hope so.
And, if not.
I mean, week 1 is 2 weeks away now.
I think.
This has to be done by then.
I think, two more Sundays, isn't it? Well, actually, not even that. Isn't it 2 weeks from this Thursday? Is that right? 2 weeks from this Thursday, week 1, September 7th. And this is what? The 21st? Yeah, it's 2 weeks from Thursday, dude. Lions, Chiefs. This time it's for real. At Arrowhead. And then Sunday, it's just nothing but awesome. 10 a.m. Niners at Steelers. Raiders open against the Broncos. Cowboys, Giants is your evening game. Bills, Jets. Josh Allen, Brett Favre, New York City. Not
Aaron
really.
Rodgers.
Huh?
Or Aaron Rodgers.
What did I say? Brett Favre?
Yeah.
You didn't let me finish.
Didn't.
Josh Allen, Brett Favre, not playing, maybe going to jail.
Probably not, but
Aaron Rodgers. And then I said New York City, New Jersey. In fact, there's the Bills are playing the Jets, and there's one New York team involved. And I hope everybody remembers that too. Only one of those teams.
Josh Allen made the argument that they're the only team in New York.
They are. There's no argument. One of the teams plays in New York. The other two play in New Jersey.
Jersey, as they call it.
It's not. That's like, I would like to make the argument that Sacramento's the capital of Nevada. Well, you can make the argument. It doesn't work. As a matter of fact, let's end this right now. Not that it started. Where's the New York Jets offices located? Like, their practice facilities and all that. Florham Park, New Jersey. 1 Jets drive. Florham Park, New Jersey. Okay, just in case, let's check the Giants. New York Giants offices. 1925 Giants Drive, East Rutherford, New Jersey. They are New Jersey teams. And you know what? They pay New Jersey taxes. Bet you they do. They should actually, New Jersey should sue the league. The New Jersey Giants and the New Jersey Nets. That's who they are. Or move to New York, sucker. Get out of here. You don't care about any of this, do you?
Nope.
Well, you know what, Jay? It can't all be, can't all be Jake Moody might suck.
It can't.
It can't all be,
Trey Lance might be traded.
Trey.
Can't all be Sam Darnold will be the winner.
Right.
The Super Bowl quarterback winning Super Bowl quarterback.
Can't all be Danny Gray.
Who got hurt?
They did get hurt though.
That sucks.
Yeah, Danny Gray got hurt second time in the week. In a week and a half, the Niners have dealt with an injury to the wide receiver. Danny Gray left Saturday's preseason game injuring his right shoulder. There was concern that he might have broken his collarbone, but good news, did not break the collarbone, but sprained the sternoclavicular joint.
Ouch.
That's right. His right shoulder. That's going to keep him out for a little bit. So that's fine, but they're still a little bit thin at receiver because Gray joins Ray McLeod, who's also their primary returner on the sideline. McLeod broke his left wrist in those joint practices. By the way, rookie Ronnie Bell has also become a return option as well. We'll take a break when we come back. What to watch tonight? We got some baseball, and let's go streaking. But, when I say baseball, by the way, there's the Super Bowl and there's the Toilet Bowl. And that's what we got going on in baseball tonight.
Oh?
A Toilet Bowl matchup for the ages.
Intriguing.
We'll talk about it next.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
Guess who's the latest quarterback to turn down Netflix quarterback series? Scratch Daniel Jones off the list. How can you fault anyone who just says, I just don't want the distraction?
Because it's not a distraction.
You have to.
How is that distracting?
Well, you have to talk. You have to talk to them, right? At some point.
Like on a random Thursday, like in the middle of the season.
There's other things I'd rather do during the season.
It's Whitey and Watkins from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Enjoy the prime grilling season today with a new lifetime warranty Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My personal Napoleon P500 series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro. Napoleon Prestige grills, versatile grilling for every occasion. Form, function, and luxury can come in the same package. Just go to your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply for the best selection today or visit Napoleon.com for a dealer near you.
Don't wait. The giant summer sale ends soon at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. We make buying a new Honda easy and stress-free. Pre-order online or in person today. We'll be there to help you every step of the way. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. Well, the youth movement continues with the call-up of outfielder Lawrence Butler, who was drafted out of high school by the A's back in 2018. He shot through the minor league system this year, beginning in Double-A, advancing to Triple-A, where he batted a combined .284 with 15 home runs. His big league debut came on the 11th of August in Washington, and after going hitless in that game, he had hits in each of his next 3 starts. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The San Francisco 49ers won their second preseason game against the Denver Broncos 21-20 on Saturday. Brock Purdy led the 49ers to a field goal in his first and only drive of the game, while Trey Lance and Sam Darnold each recorded 1 touchdown and 1 interception each. For more on the 49ers preseason game, including injury updates for Danny Gray and Kerry Hyder Jr., check out Emil Fergoso's post-game recap, up right now at SactownSports.com. Breaking 49ers news that just came in, Jordan Schultz is reporting that former Bears receiver Anthony Miller is signing with the 49ers after injuries to Ray McLeod and other members of the offense. Those are your headlines. Now let's return to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I know you've been waiting for this all weekend, Jay, so just to lead the segment off, I had a couple of listen-throughs, and I'm ready to say 9.5 out of 10 new Post Malone album.
Well, I know you're a liar.
Why?
Pretty sure on Twitter you said 10 out of 10.
I did. I've listened to it more and more. I knocked it out. Maybe.
Try to look cool for the kids on the internet.
Is Post Malone cool still?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even know.
For a generation.
He's hecka talented.
Hecka.
As my kids say.
Yeah, man.
And anyone who doesn't like him is sus.
Wow.
They say that too.
Do they?
They do say sus.
Seven Magoo say sus doesn't
Yeah, he doesn't.
ring well. It's sus, Dad.
What to watch tonight? The Giants at the Phillies. Here's the bottom line. The Giants are desperately, again,
they need to win this series, right? They have to actually win the series, or because if they lose this series, it's
just such a damn unpredictable team. I just have a hard time just making these out and out statements with them. But yes, you would think they need to win this series, especially when you look at what they have coming up down the pike.
Yeah, no,
it's not great.
You got another series with the Braves still to come. You got the Padres after. There's actually someone after the Braves that's good. Then you have the Padres.
Yeah.
Reds, thank you.
Yeah.
And the Reds are looking to catch them in the wild card race. So.
Yeah, Philly is in that race. Atlanta's the best team in baseball. Then you have San Diego that's not terribly far out. The Cubs are in that race. You don't really get a let up at all until you get Colorado and 3 of Cleveland, which isn't a pushover. They'll get from September 8th to September 17th. They're either playing Colorado or Cleveland. They actually have a 4-game and a 3-game series. They get Colorado 7 times.
That's good.
In 11 days. So that will help them. But then Arizona, Dodgers, San Diego, Dodgers.
That won't help them.
They finished the year with 7 out of their last 10 against the Dodgers.
Also,
4 of those on the road.
We're mentioning like the Rockies, like, oh, that'll be some relief to them. This is also the same team that dropped 4 or 5 to the Angels and A's not that long ago. So
yeah.
I'm not sure I can sit there and pin the Rockies as relief for the Giants yet.
Oh, it just depends on what mood the Giants are in. In fact, the big news this week is going to be Kyle Harrison. Their number 1 pitching prospect is going to make his debut. He got the call up. He will be pitching on Tuesday, making his debut in Philadelphia, and he will be pitching against Taijuan Walker, the 13-5 Taijuan Walker with the old 4.03 ERA. I knew that off the top of my head.
I know you did.
I totally wasn't looking that up. The Royals and A's.
Yeah, so you're calling this the toilet bowl.
This is about, and Kyle had some numbers to back this up earlier. This is just about as bad as it gets and is about as bad as it's gotten over the last God knows how many years. Let me put it this way. Okay, so we are what? 126, 125 to 130 games into the season, right? We've got 30, 40 more games left. That's how late we are. There are 4 teams in Major League Baseball. The Braves, the Orioles, the Dodgers, and the Rays that have more wins than these 2 teams combined.
That's crazy.
Combined.
Well, I do want to point out, these are the 2 worst teams in baseball.
Yes, they are.
And it's not Royals close. Have 6 more wins than the A's.
Yes, they do. It's not close, dude. The Royals and A's are 5. The A's are 5 back of the Royals. The Colorado Rockies are the 3rd worst team in Major League Baseball. They're 9 games ahead of the Royals. 9 games. It really is 2 teams. And honestly, I'm going to submit something to you. I say the Royals are actually the worst team in baseball. Here's why.
I get where you're going with this.
Because the Royals aren't they're not going through, at least the A's have zero payroll and are about, are moving and all the crap that's going on. The Royals are just the Royals. I know they want a new stadium, but they're not. They're the Royals. They're not going anywhere. The teams don't leave Kansas City.
No.
Ever.
Some stats to back you up real quick.
Yeah, back me up with those stats.
So the last 5 years, here's what it's looked like for the Royals. 58 and 104, 59 and 103. During the pandemic year, 26 and 34, 74 and 88. Last year, 65 and 97. This year, on pace for 46 and I think 116.
And it was just not that long ago. They won a World Series.
Yeah, ever since they won the World Series, though, it's been a down. They haven't made the playoffs since.
And then, what was it, a year or two before that, they played the Giants in one of their World Series. I mean, it was a nice...
Yeah, no, they had the back-to-back World Series appearances.
Yeah, it was a nice stretch for them.
But that's kind of the problem when you get these small payroll teams that have that that stretch where they play really well. They can't lock in all their guys.
I didn't realize this. Those 2 World Series they played in are the only 2 times they've made the playoffs since 1985.
Yes.
I mean, you've seen that same type of thing that really the San Diego Padres with Tony Gwynn started. People forget the Padres were the first baseball team to really sell everything off, and it was, should they be suspended from the league? Should they? This is an outrage, travesty, a Travis mockery. But then the Marlins were the ones that actually really kind of perfected it. And you see that. The Marlins are like that.
They did it twice after winning the World Series. Twice.
Yes. They're like that. Whatever that big loud bug is and only shows up every 10 years. Like, that's what kind of the Marlins. Like, they win a World Series. Then they completely destroy their team. Build up their minor league system. Win another World Series. Rinse and repeat. And that's how some teams have to do their thing.
So the Royals have been around since 1969. Care to guess how many playoff appearances since 1969?
All right.
So that's what, 54
years.
Seasons?
I will say they've been in the playoffs 18 times.
Kyle?
I'm going to say 12.
9.
Are you saying like German for no, or
No,
you mean the number?
9.
Wow.
The number. They've had 9 appearances in the playoffs throughout the franchise's history.
2 in the last 37 years.
That's rough. Kansas City can't support professional sports. Bring them out here. Why don't we take the Royals and the Kings? That'd be bad.
Well, I mean, do you think this is bad juju? Because the Royals, the Kings had to change their name to the Kings because the Kansas City Royals already existed out there.
Yes,
Should they have just given up the name and everything would have been fine?
Or you know what? Maybe move the Royals out here and change their name to the Kings.
There you go.
Everything's Kings here. Do you remember the last time that happened in a city?
No.
You don't?
Would that be the Cardinals?
That would be correct. They had the St. Louis Cardinals of football and baseball for a moment. And then, let's go streaking, shall we?
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking.
All right, let's go streaking. We got some big streaks. Jay and I are tied at 1. Jason Ross and Kyle at
We're running out of time to break
0.
that 10.
Yeah, I know. We got to get our. Well, I'm starting. This is the streak that I believe.
You're gonna take it serious now?
I don't know if my guy Bobby Witt Jr. got a hit or not yet, but I do. I feel good. I think this is time to get serious. This is where championship teams rise up. This is. I'm going to break it on this streak. I'm calling my shot right now. Kyle.
That's me.
Or wait, who's calling out who won? Kyle is. Yeah. How'd we all do, dude?
Well, you mentioned Bobby Witt Jr. That was your pick, Dave. Bobby Witt Jr. against the Chicago Cubs.
Come on.
Hit a home run.
That's right, he did. Bobby Witt Jr., baby.
Bobby!
2 for 4 with a home run.
2 down, 9 to go. Call my shot.
JayMarrZZ, you selected your favorite Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts on Friday only had 2 at-bats.
Oh, God.
But he hit a home run.
Of course he did.
Yeah, of course he did.
It's Mookie Betts. You see him over the weekend hit that pair and then hat tip to LeBron.
Yes, I did see the hat tip. Yeah, well, LeBron was doing the same. It's nice. It's neat to see that.
You were super into it,
so
right?
Great. Yeah, it was super awesome. And then did you see after LeBron tipped his hat to Mookie Betts, did you see him hit his hand on the ceiling of the luxury box? And he immediately rolled the entire length of all the luxury boxes, clutching his hand, complaining to the refs for a foul.
Was he calling for replay?
Yeah.
Where was Patrick Beverly with the camera?
Right, he was 100% doing the finger. Hey, I need a replay. It was a scene.
Still incredible that Patrick Beverly did that. Jason Ross picked Aaron Judge. Trying to get on the board. Aaron Judge also hit a home run.
Look at that. Hey. Look at that. All right. Streaks are coming up.
And then I selected Brandon Belt.
Yeah, you did.
The Toronto Blue Jays scored 0 runs in that game, so he couldn't have hit a home run.
Nope.
But Brandon Belt got a hit.
Everyone got a hit. Look at us. We're all taking this seriously. All right. Well, no more screwing around here. All right. Now, we're going to see if I really am the cooler or not with all this stuff. Because I'm going with the safest bet in Major League Baseball right now. Give me Julio Rodriguez in the Seattle Mariners.
Took mine.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to go Julio, too.
I was going to say
because I thought of it first.
God.
You know what? Let's make it 3.
Yes, the Julio Rodriguez game.
No.
Also,
no, I won't do that.
Jason is taking Eddie Rosario.
Of the Braves?
Yes.
All right. No, my real pick is going to be against the San Francisco Giants. I'm going to take Nick deep drive in the left field, Castellanos.
Oh, Nick C.
Is it Castellanos or Castellanos?
We've done this before.
Have we? But he doesn't have the flingy above the end, right?
It feels weird to say Castellanos.
No. You wouldn't say Castellanos. But the question is it Castellanos, which is what I thought it was, or Castellanos, but you're Mr. Pronunciation. So now you got me going. But he doesn't have, what is that thing called? I always call it an enye.
You got it. That's what it is.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The little thing above the end?
That's what the letter is called in Spanish. Yeah. It's called an enye.
But is that what like there's a schwa or something? I don't know. We'll have to look it up. We'll take a break. I'm going to sit here wondering if I want to change my play. I just don't like the idea of sharing players. I don't like that idea at all. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll cross it over with Whitey and Watkins. We got celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies and more. Jay's going to clear his throat, and we will be right back on SactownSports.com.
The first ever NBA in-season tournament schedule is out, and our Kings have some great matchups, including national TV games against the Spurs and Warriors.
And Sacramento has won. They have risen to the occasion. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, this place is absolutely nuts.
Listen to every game on the home of the Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to SKYRIZI, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With SKYRIZI, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And SKYRIZI is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Don't use if allergic to SKYRIZI. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. Thanks to SKYRIZI, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about SKYRIZI, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit SKYRIZI.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street. Right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please, gamble responsibly, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell. The 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Heart Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
Are you ready to cruise into the new school year in style? Look no further than Elk Grove Kia's Back to School sales event happening right now. Rev up your engines because the 2023 Kia Forte LXS is calling your name. Zoom through town in this sleek ride for just $149 a month plus tax. Unbeatable style and affordability in one package. But wait, it gets even better. Feel the adrenaline rush with the 2024 Kia K5 GT line, the hottest sedan this side of the Pacific. Get behind the wheel for only $299 a month plus tax. Experience power, performance, and sophistication like never before. Don't miss out on the best selection we've had in over 3 years. Check us out at Elk Grove Kia or elkgrovekia.com. 2023 Forte 24-month lease of $149 plus tax with $41.30 required at signing, residual of $15,256 at $10K per year, 20 cents per mile over reserve security deposit required subject to finance approval. GK 8921 expires 8/31/23. 2024 K5 24-month lease of $299 plus tax with $47.12 required at signing, residual of $21,782 at $10K per year, 20 cents per mile over reserve security deposit required subject to finance approval. GK 8932 expires 8/31/23.
Elk Grove Kia. Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
2 years ago, Americans watched in horror as a crisis unfolded at the Kabul airport.
There's desperation and anguish.
More than 80,000 Afghans have since arrived in America, but this story is still unfolding. I'm Andrea Smartin. In my new podcast, Stranger Becomes Neighbor, we'll find out what happens to these new arrivals in our communities. Who would help our newest neighbors? Follow us at kslpodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you listen.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Woo! Where's Jason? Yeah. Where's Jason? Jason's doing other shows.
Yes, all of them.
What if this is just how it's like always going to be?
Just a rotating
Just
cast,
rotating.
except for Dave.
Yeah.
You
just stay put.
rotated.
You stay put.
Well, have you moved?
He's moving.
Huh?
Have you moved shows at all since you've been back? Have you had to do?
No, but Wednesday I'm doing afternoon.
Oh, why do you need
You're
afternoons?
literally the only one that hasn't moved.
Tomorrow, Chris is doing that.
I'm doing afternoons tomorrow.
All right.
We'll see.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that your first afternoons?
No, I did an afternoon with Nick and Rami as well. Independently.
Okay. Who are you doing afternoons with?
Brian No, who's doing it today with Jason as
Okay.
well. So.
That's what I'm saying. Just
Fresh
rotate.
voice.
Just rotate. Forever. New voices. Oh, I really like what Chris had to say today. Oh, I really hated what Chris had to say today, but I get a new voice tomorrow.
Yeah.
I might like what they have to say. Quick question. Go around the room. Well, before we get started, weekend. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to have to write this down.
No. I was just going to ask you if anything interesting happened this weekend. That's all. We haven't seen you since Friday. Did you have a good weekend? That's all.
It was good. It was just quick. It was we were at home. We were dog sitting for one of my daughter's pooches, so we didn't get out much, but had a great time.
What kind of dog?
Corgi cattle dog mix.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever seen this? This is true. I'm not doing a bit. Have you ever seen the thing online where they show corgis that have mated with other dogs?
No, I haven't seen
Okay,
that.
I will send this to you. This is not a bit. The corgi has the most dominant gene, right?
Yeah.
So they'll show a corgi and a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
It's a German Shepherd and a corgi sausage
with
body.
nubs. Yeah.
Corgi and a Great Dane, which don't ask. Corgi, they're all the corgi chihuahua. It does not matter. Corgi and a Siberian Husky. It's a Siberian Husky with that corgi sausage body.
I can't believe you saved this for the last 15 minutes of your show.
You see, I saved all the good stuff for you. What did you do this weekend?
Went to dinner on Saturday,
Hey.
golfed a lot yesterday,
Oh.
and besides that, a whole lot of nothing.
Okay. Well,
Relaxing, barbecued yesterday.
Look
at him.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Living the life.
Yeah.
What'd you barbecue?
Chicken, asparagus, and mushrooms.
Did you barbecue the asparagus?
Yes.
Okay. Good for you.
Thank you.
Speaking of that, last question, then we'll move on.
Yeah.
Is it okay, or do any of you adjust your menus at home based on weather?
Yes.
Based on the weather?
I'm debating whether or not to do a soup tonight because I love
that's exactly
soups.
what I would say not to have on a hot day. That's
Yeah.
my only
This
thing.
is
It's
not
just-
soup weather. You're confusing
Yeah.
wet weather with always soup weather.
This is like tropical storm.
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
I miss soup. Anyways, you write that one down. Yeah. Of course. Today is National Spumoni Day. Isn't that the minty Italian ice cream, right? Isn't it? No? Spumoni. No? Okay.
Don't know.
I know it's at Old Spaghetti Factory.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember ever having it, but I
what
feel
it
like it tastes like peppermint or something. Yeah. I
Molded
think so,
gelato made with layers of different colors and flavors.
Oh, but okay, different flavors.
Usually
such as-
containing fruits and nuts.
Oh, all right. This is
What
a
are they?
really just lame day for national days. I don't even know why I do this. Brazilian blowout day. That's it's not what I thought it was. It's it's like a
like a hair thing.
Yeah, it's a hair thing. I don't know. And National Senior Citizens Day. Well, Whitey, here you go. Today is National Senior Citizens Day to recognize the achievements of the more mature representatives of our nation. There are 47 million seniors in the United States, and how do you honor them? You just talk to them. Just have a conversation with them and pretend like you're interested in everything.
I tried to get a senior thing at
Denny's.
It wasn't Denny's. It was someplace like it. They said, no, you can't have that.
But that's kind of a compliment, though, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. We said this on the air. Were you here Friday when we were talking about it? Like how Jason, me, Whitey, like everyone. But Whitey's the Benjamin Button of radio. How he literally looks younger than he did before. And I remember seeing him in those big, giant, horrific glasses he used to wear. I don't even want to know.
Oh, it's just the beginnings of the next.
Remember when you had those big glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah. You look great. See?
Thanks.
See,
Appreciate that.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't even wear contacts.
You do not wear contacts?
Do not wear contacts.
Did you? Oh, you got the surgery?
No.
You just
They just
decided,
got better.
Benjamin Button. I'm just not going to see that well. I just don't
I
care.
think I see okay.
Okay, well, I did not know that. Celebrity birthdays. Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Had some Crumble Cookies over the weekend. They were good. No, for real. I had a client meeting on Friday, and how great is this? The agency lady that does the thing, whatever, she always brings us a sleeve of Crumble Cookies, and I forget sometimes just how wonderful they are. Even the Snickerdoodles, which, let's be honest, no frosting or anything on it. Maybe not great, actually really good.
Snickerdoodles is an excellent cookie.
Because it just looks like a sugar cookie with like cinnamon or something.
Kind of what it is.
Exactly.
You should see a snickerdoodle and a corgi. It's the weirdest thing.
Now, do you eat your snickerdoodles depending on the season?
Yes.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and
Snickerdoodle
friends.
soup, man.
Nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. Whitey.
The crumble, that's so good. We your taste buds wish you would.
Okay, not the best crop of birthdays today, so we're going to say happy birthday to actress Kim Cattrall. Sex and the City fame.
Porky's. No. She wasn't she in Porky's? I thought Kim Cattrall was. Yeah, she was.
I thought she was in one of the Star Trek movies.
Yeah, she was.
She played a Vulcan officer.
So was Kirstie Alley, right?
Yeah.
Kim.
She was in that one. Spock bites it. That was.
That was 3. Spock bites it, and then the search for Spock bites it. Yeah. She was in Mannequin with Andrew McCarthy. Remember that now?
She's 66.
Okay. I'm gonna say 65.
Okay.
68.
Kyle?
I'll say 59 because I don't know who this is.
All right.
It's a split. She's 67.
Oh,
nice.
You too. Good job.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I said 65.
Yeah, sure did. All right.
Can there be a rule that anytime Kyle says, I don't remember that, or I wasn't born, like he's out?
He's out.
Yeah, he's dead. Okay.
Wait, what did Kyle say earlier that was lame? Whoever put it on Kyle.
Turkey bacon.
He said turkey bacon's great.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
I
said
said
turkey
there's
bacon's-
nothing wrong with turkey bacon.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, apparently he likes double rims on basketball.
Nothing wrong with turkey bacon is
There's
what
no
he
such
said.
thing as turkey bacon. Turkey's not bacon. It's not a thing.
Thank you.
All right, back to celebrity birthdays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy
I saw
birthday
this.
to actress Carrie Ann Moss.
Matrix, right?
Yes. Trinity.
Trinity.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Then she's obviously. No, never.
Well, she turned 50. What, like a few years back? I think.
Okay, so math.
Yeah.
56.
Okay.
54.
I think she's like 48. I was misdirecting you guys.
Kyle?
50.
Chris Watkins, 53. Very close.
Come on, Trinity.
There'd be a 3 in there.
Happy birthday to Orange is the New Black actress, Alicia Witt.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch that show. I heard it was huge. I mean, massive.
I didn't like it.
Had orange chicken last night. Very good.
You say that. Here's the problem. I never knew this. You know when they
Googling her birthday? I finally caught it.
I didn't go. Yes,
it says it right
It
there.
says it right there.
Where? I'm not looking.
On the right.
Underneath your
I
hand.
just wanted to see what she. Yes, you caught me with the monitor facing all of you.
She's 48.
Checking for her birthday. I just want to see what she.
Correct
looked like.
answer. Chris Watkins, 48. Moving on.
Wow.
Happy birthday, singer Casey Musgraves. Country singer, 6 Grammy Awards.
Is there an S at the end of that or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Musgraves.
Okay.
I do know who this is.
All right, she is.
Musgrave Susie.
She's 31.
Okay.
I thought it was a guy.
Same.
So
Oh,
It could be.
34.
Casey
Okay.
could go.
Chris Watkins.
Still trying to figure out if it's a guy or girl.
well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
They
guess
still
not.
age the same.
Yeah. I guess that's true. 36.
She is 29. Also, it's Kate.
Tie between the Whitey and Walker. She's 35.
Also, it's what?
Kacey.
Oh, good to know.
Happy birthday to 2-time Heisman winner Archie Griffin.
Archie Griffin, father of Peyton and Eli.
Yes, that
one.
Love Peyton
You
Griffin.
know, our daughter's name was Casey for like 3 hours, and we said,
Good call.
changed it to Lonnie.
But you hadn't put it on the birth certificate or anything yet?
No, but that was her name. Hey, it's Casey. What do you think? Yeah. And after a while, nothing wrong with the name. It just didn't fit.
How late is too late to change a kid's name? I have a friend who's going through this right now. She's really thinking about changing her kid's name. The kid's about I think 8 to 10 months old.
About
And it's like
6:30 or 7, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the kid's name now? Can you say or no? Like this the first name, or would it give it away?
No, I mean,
what's the name?
The kid's name is Ian, and she wants to change it to Sebastian.
Oh, no.
Just because
no.
Ian is still in it, but she's like, she
No.
kind of wanted some
Leave it,
roots in
leave it,
there, and
yeah,
it's
no.
like, yeah.
Hey, guys, how old is Archie Griffin turning today?
65.
74.
75.
70.
Chris Watkins, he's 69.
Wow.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to Usain Bolt.
Hey. Ours was not as late as yours, but Avery was Peyton. Until my sister, thank God, talked me out of it. Yeah. Good story.
Usain Bolt.
Yeah, I know.
28.
31?
I'm going to say he's 37.
36.
Chris Watkins on the money, 37. And finally, how old would Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain have been today?
Woo. 83.
I would say 80. I'm going to say 82.
I'll say 90.
Kyle
Say
better.
84.
I guess a tie between Kyle and Chris. He'd been 87.
87.
Chris
wow.
has like 5 or 6 today.
He
Yeah,
does.
Chris cleaned up.
Yeah.
Chris. What's coming up on the show today? Chris Watkins, Whitey
Not
Gleason,
me,
whomever
Whitey
wants to jump in.
Whitey's got it.
Today's bold Kings prediction of the day. I'll tell you what the Kings are going to do next summer. Don't miss it.
Next summer.
Yes.
Oh, well, don't miss that. Whitey and Watkins coming up. Bye-bye now.
Need the breakdown of the latest 49er game?
Trey Lance needed to do more with what he was given. He just looked frantic. He looked panicked. He didn't look in rhythm.
Want to know what to expect from the Beam team this season?
I don't honestly know who's going to have a better record, the Warriors or the Kings.